here frequently, you know that the Hot Zone is a talk show where we feature a team of panelists from different political institutions, different political persuasions.
Free land of Labor Day.
Stick on the issue, I beg you, please. Let's stick on the issue.
Fuel our politics. Politicians use to labor to their.
The big government is not a solution to the problem.
Let me say this. I hear somebody saying, well, the country don't get money. Look, every country in this world that God has created on this earth has money. It depends on how the leader is innovative.
Not good judgment. Okay, to be commingling, to be meandering with a man who has recently been found guilty of committing a serious crime, right? You can appreciate him all you want, but it sends the wrong message. That
You can also Joseph, let me talk.
We do not have strong drug laws on our books.
If I gave you my district, what you want to? You want my.
Motherfuckers will come and tell you to vote for one person when the person get it and they tell you say the person not good. All of them confused.
Yeah, I'm getting younger because we are empowered now. And when you empower, it comes with setting grades.
They come me with their fake smile. All acting and are so fly. They won't use you, confuse you, and mislead you. They will promise when you vote them, they frustrate you. They already say you so go. Don't for your friend, let them move. They already say you rebel. Don't for your friends for their choice. Oh, they already say you so go. Don't for your friend, let them move.
Tonight, I'm playing host. My name is Derek Yale, and let me check in with my co-host, Mr. David Takbe. Mr. Takbe, welcome to another episode.
So Derek, thank you. It's always good to be on the Hot Zone.
Brother, vote for your future. Mama, vote for your future. What do you want to? If I gave you my future, what you want to?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Liberia Radio and Television Network. And if this is your first time joining us, the Liberia Radio and Television Network, or LRTN for short, is a local media institution right here in Northeast Philadelphia. And LRTN tonight is proud to present episode 5 of season 6 of The Hot Zone. And by way of introduction, The Hot Zone is an opinion-based talk show where we feature a team of panelists from different political institutions, different political persuasions. And just by way of disclaimer, the positions and opinions that will be offered on this talk show tonight is that of the individual panelists that will be offering them, and not the official position of the network. My name is Derek Yale. I will be playing host tonight, and tonight we have a very packed show, very interesting one for you. We'll be having discussions surrounding Liberia politics and the diaspora. And we're sorry to be joining late on this episode, so we will kind of just summarize the current events we have here tonight. But to give you a heads up on what we have in store for you tonight, we will bring you our current event, and then we will introduce our panelists right after that, after which we will introduce the topics for the night. I'd already said that we will talk about issues in Liberia and the diaspora. And then right after that, we will take a few breaks and then bring you closing remarks from our panelists. Before I go any further, let me encourage all of you watching us right now to please follow this network on Facebook and YouTube, and also make sure you follow us on Instagram as well. We are live on Instagram and on this podcast tonight, so make sure you're following us, and also do us a favor and participate in the show in the comment section, and we will make sure to highlight your comments as the show go ahead. So for now, remember that. Stay with us or follow us on Facebook, Liberia Radio and Television Network, or LRTN for short. Now, to give you a heads up on what to expect tonight, we will bring you the current events because we are short on time. We're bringing you this very late, so we will kind of summarize it. I have two current events here from the diaspora. We have one Winfrey Russia who will be running for Minnesota House, as you can see on your screen. So he's a Liberian, one of your own. So make sure if you're in that area to support Mr. Russia, Winfred Russia. So 2024 Minnesota House of Representative. The next current event we have here, we are just few days away from the 177th Independence Liberia Independence Day. So we'll just like to give you a breakdown of what to do in the Philadelphia area for the July 26th coming up. On Saturday, July 13, 2024, at 9 a.m. at 3 Chester Park, Darby, PA 19023. Food $20. So they'll have a flag hosting oration on July 26th, a field day, July 20th, field day, July 26th, and fundraiser ball, and July 27th, and a patriotic concert on Sunday, July 28th. So you see, we have the flyer on the screen for you. Make sure if you're around those area, you check it out. You check those places out for to celebrate Liberia's 177th Independence Day. Just a brief summary for what's going on in the diaspora, where tensions are increasing as the U.S. presidential election draw closer. We took few breaks. We took breaks from the show just in respect to the holiday and also the debate. So November 5th this year is the U.S. debate, and if you watch the last debate, political analysts are saying that former President Donald Trump won, and the current President Joe Biden performed really poorly. So if you're following the elections, the U.S. elections activities, that's where it's at. The next debate I think is scheduled for sometime in September. So we're looking forward to that. With that being said, let me introduce our panelists for this episode tonight, episode 5, season 6. Let me introduce my lineup for this episode. I'd like to start with you, the general. Welcome to episode 5 of season 6 of the Horizon.
Thank you very much, and
Thank you.
hello to all.
Thank you very much. Mr. Boda, welcome to another episode.
Thank you, Derek, for having me. It's a pleasure being on the show at all time. And I want to say good evening and good night to all of my fellow panelists here tonight. And let's discuss the issue in Liberia.
Thank you very much, Mr. Boda. Let's now hear from you, Mr. Sheriff.
Yeah, again, I want to say hi to the audience and thank you for giving us another opportunity to appear. It's going to be a very wonderful and interesting time. We just ask the audience to kindly share, our conversation on their various handles, social media handles, and let's have a nice time. Under the Palava Hall is here, and I'm telling you, it's going to be a wonderful time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sheriff. Now let's hear from you, Bishop Reeves.
It's always a pleasure to be here, and we our expectations are very high to have a wonderful time tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much to all of you esteemed panelists for being here tonight. And most importantly, to you viewers, thank you for taking your time to be on this episode. And we promised to bring you a very interesting one. So again, before I get into the discussion tonight, let me again ask all of you watching us to please share this program on your individual social media pages and make sure you're participating in the program tonight by using the comment sections, and we will make sure to highlight your comments as this show go on. Now, with that being said, guys, a lot has been happening in Liberia politics. Of course, the most talked about Earth moving equipment, aka the Yellow Machine saga. But I want to before we get into that, I want to draw your attention to development from Liberia that actually BBC did carry. President Joseph Yamon Boaga slashing his salary to 40%. That's what I want for us to talk about first. And we know the previous administration, President Weah did cut his salary to 25%. So I want to put that conversation on the floor. What does it mean? How does it impact the lives of Liberia? Is it just a bluff, as some are saying it, or is President Boaka actually doing the right thing? What is you guys take on this President Boyka cutting his salary to a staggering 40%. I would like to start with you, the general, on this one, and then I will move on to the other panelists. But the general, let's hear from you, President Boyka slashing his salary to 40%.
Well, and I will start like this. They say when snake bites you and you see worm, all you think a snake. And it's a good thing, to be honest with you, it's good. But I can remember that George Weah took off 25% from his salary, and we never knew where the 20% went there, or it went back into government coffers. Because whenever a president slashes his salary, maybe they would say it will go to education or health. Also, I never heard that from Mr. Boyka. He said he's going to cut his salary 40%. So if he say he's going to go to education or go to something else, then at least we can track it and see it. But sometimes we just feel when president do that, and then again, when the president makes such a just cut my 40%, because the president got 100% authority over ministers and said, listen, I'm going to take 10%, 25% from every minister's salary. We're going to cut it because there's no money. Then we know they are serious, you know. But George, we had told us before, and we even know it. But for the common man, they will enjoy it. They'll say, oh, yes, good. But we didn't feed it. But I can be moved by that. I just feel it's a bluff. And it's just a political stunt. And because it happened before, but he didn't tell me why the 40%. If you can tell me where you're going, then I will start to watch and see if the people will benefit from it. That's the best thing to do. So, but to the ordinary people, they will be happy, but they're not benefiting. So, because I don't know why you're going to benefit anyway.
Thank you very much. I'll come back to you, but let's hear from you, Mr. Boda. Talk to about President Boyka cutting his salary or promising to cut his salary by 40%.
Well, it's a good way gesture by any Liberian or anybody who would give away their earning, because that's an entitlement. That is money that is earned, he worked for. We may have our own qualms or our own way we want to spend what goes to the money. And that money must go to general cover. If you want to know if you want the money was taken, then you look at his annual revenue, his income, because there is a set income for the president annually, how much he makes salary-wise. If he gives 40%, whatever the salary is, you know how much he's taking is every month. So that's only simple to recognize and know what that money is. And that money can be accounted for, whatever in the general budget or whatever it is. It's his own discretion to say, hey, I'm going to take this money, I'm going to give it to charity. I can give it to this person. He's determined to do that. I mean, none of us can determine that. If he decides to put it in the general fund, it's go to general fund. So I think I want to appreciate him for the gesture and hope that money will be used wisely, in the general fund or whatever means they're going to use it for.
Thank you very much, Mr. Boda. And I want to hear from all the panelists first before I ask a question to any one of you guys. But let's hear from you, Mr. Sheriff.
All right. Thank you. Am I loud and clear enough, please?
Yes, you are.
All right. So, relative to this issue of the quote-unquote 40% slash of Mr. Boyka's, salary or whatever you call it, let's ask the very sincere question as people who are educated. How much is Mr. Boyka making? What is his salary? Do we know the base salary or his gross or whatever you will call it? Do we know how much he's making? I think in that communication, or those who are running with that particular message will now be able to tell us how much Mr. Boyka is making. I see this whole thing as a deception. I see it as a scheme. I see it as, people will say, a charade and a clever way to deceive the Liberian people. The issue with the presidency, has it been the issue of cutting 20%, cutting 40%? I refer to this as a scheme and a shame a shenanigan and a deception because Mr. Boyka has the authority, has the power to make sure that those who work directly under him, like the general said earlier, that these people salary can be affected so as to benefit the common people. You taking 40% salary of what you are earning, or 40% of what you are earning, but the man there at the Ministry of Commerce is making $9,000. He's taking $5,000 as how you call, or maybe a benefit. He taking $2,000 as gas slips and etc. etc. All of these fabulous benefits around. Is
Thank
it
you.
what they are cutting? So they think of he cutting is 40%. We should not deceive ourselves. If Mr. Boyka wants to impact the lives of the Liberian people, if he wants to show transparency, he will start by being very honest. But I see this as being deceptive.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sheriff. Let's hear from you now, Bishop Reeves.
Well, I can speak to that because I didn't listen to what BBC said. I don't know why or how the conversation came about that he's going to take 40% off of his salary. I don't know what it's going to be for, but I think
Yeah, the article on BBC website just say that President Boyka promised to cut his salary by 40%.
why?
What do you think? It doesn't say why. It doesn't say what the 40% going to be used for, but it says he's going to cut his salary by 20%. What do you make of that development?
Well, I mean, like every other president who've done something like that, that's fine. But like the general said, we want to know what is that going to, where is that going? He made alluded to the past government, what the president said he was doing it for. We want to know where is it going to, and what are they going to use it for. Other than that, I mean, it's a good gesture.
Thank you very much. Let me see. You mentioned the general. Let me come back to you, the general, because you said two things, and I want you to clarify. First, you said you think it's a good thing that the president promised to slash his salary by 40%, and then you also said that you think it's a bluff. And just like Bishop Reeves just said, with the Liberian people don't know what that extra 40% will be used for. So then my question to you is, not knowing those things and also referring to it as a bluff, how is it a good thing at the same time?
Yeah, you see it. I said, President, we are told us the same thing. He cut his salary 25%. And nobody can tell me for the last 6 years what happened with 25%. And Mr. Boda said, oh, that's your money. You have the right to do it. You see, most of the people that get into politics, especially when running for president, although African president, even the American or European president, sometimes they get an opportunity to steal. But when you look at it, they're there to serve. They don't worry about that salary because they got so many benefits. If there is one cup of rice in the whole country, it's for the president. It won't be for you. So there are so many opportunities that some will tell you, listen, I don't need salary. Like Michael Bloomberg in New York, he said, I need $1. I don't need a salary because I got money. Some will tell you, listen, I got it, but I want my salary to affect education, health. Then you see these things. And also, I don't even care if the president cut his salary, but if the president come up and say, listen, the money we're paying ministers, deputy ministers is too much, and we're not paying the civil servant. In fact, all ministers will make $500 and $5,000. The president has the right, the authority to do it. Nobody can stop him. He determines their salary. But if the president says, I'm going to cut mine 40, and everybody just looking, other people said it before. But I just want to know where this money will be going. Then Liberian people will say, yes, at least. So if there's a 5 cents for education, plus the president, little thing, we know that education will get more than 5 cents. Because that's his passion. If he said for health, good. He wanted for this one. The other time, I remember Donald Trump gave money to the park ranger. Some of his salary he's saying, gave it to them the first time when he did it. So we just want to know where the money going. It's a good thing. We want public officials to come up. Working government, especially on an elected something, is to serve the people. When things are not good, sometimes you got to deprive yourself because you got so many benefits that you can live on. That's all.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Boda. I want to come to you, but let me ask Mr. Sheriff this first, because you say this is or deception. This is President Boakai is literally just fooling the people. That's kind of what you said. Now, my question is in reference to what Mr. Boda said earlier. He said it's easy for, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Boda. He said it's easy for the Liberian people to find out where that extra 40% is going. Now, my question to you, Mr. Sheriff, do you think it's fair to the Liberian people? Do you think is or either impacting the lives of the Liberian people that the president is cutting 40% of his salary, and he can tell anyone where's that extra 40% is going? And does it bother you that it doesn't seems to concern or bother Mr. Boda to question this president on where would that extra 40% goes, Mr. Sheriff?
Yeah, you see, these are some of the things really sometimes that, I don't know, but it sent a shock wave to some of us who especially are in the diaspora, and we're expecting much from people who live in this country where accountability is the order of the day. Doing things in an appropriate manner is the order of the day. Like I said earlier, that this whole thing is a deception. Let's look at the president's office. Even if the president decided, well, I will not take salaries, there are many other things within his office that he can even get millions of dollars off of. Let's take, for an example, look at his traveling. I mean, internal traveling or external. Let's just look at traveling, for example. Let's look at his communication and etc., etc. How much is he getting there? So if you talk about the salary, let's just put salary one side. Let's look at the benefits that he's getting. So, this salary thing is just a scheme. It's just a scheme. So, like the general said, and I will use that, as a basis or as a foundation for this discussion. Where is that money going? These people condemn the previous government of doing everything wrong. So, but now we expect a comprehensive breakdown of how that 40% is going to affect positively, for example, the education sector. How much do we know out of that 40% is going towards the health sector? How much do we know out of that 40% is going towards maybe, for example, the building the human resource capacity of our country? How much do we even know the 40% is? My brother, look, let's be sincere here. How much do we know? That's the question I want to ask all of us. So what is Joseph Numa Boyka 40% in terms of cents and dollars? What is he taking as a salary? That we know that, okay, they may taking 40% of, his salary off. What do we know? Should we be, look, it almost like somebody discussing something that is abstract. How much do we know? That's the question we should ask. How much is Joseph Numa Boyka making as a salary?
Thank you.
The 40% is equivalent to how much in terms of cents and dollar? What are those areas that are going to be affected from whatever amount that he has a portion as cut?
Thank you.
Until that can be done, let's not buy into this scheme and this deception.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sheriff. Now let's come back to you, Mr. Boda, and then I will come back to Bishop Reese, and then we'll move on to our next conversation. Mr. Boda, I'm sure you have a rebuttal because your name was mentioned. But again, I want to come back to you on this extra 40%. I think Prince asked a very important question that if you can attempt to answer, I would appreciate it. Taking 40% is one thing. Is he taking 40% from on $100,000? What exact amount is he taking 40% of? Do you know the president's salary? And do you think that this is a deception as Mr. Sheriff claim, or this is a bluff as the general claim? How do you respond to these things?
It's very much disingenuous to note that people would look at somebody good gesture and call it a scheme. The president's salary is not, it's a fix. It's a constant. There is a fixed amount that is said that the Liberian president annually makes this amount, or monthly he makes this amount. We all hear works.
Do you know that amount?
We all hear works. So we are all working people. If I say, look, I'm going to give 40% of my salary to the church. If I'm in a church, I say I'll give 40% or 10% of my honor to the church. Okay? I know how much my employer know how much I make, which is the LeBron government know how much Mr. Boakai makes. The finance ministry know, the labor ministry know how much Mr. Boakai makes a month. So if he donated 40% of his salary, that we should know is constant, we know how much is going to come out. Where he contribute that money, it is his personal purview. It's not in the on the show to determine, oh, because he's president, he had to give the education, he had to give the day. That's his purview. If he decided to just put it in the general fund or leave a general donation to the LeBron people, it is the finance ministry and the government can appropriate that money for where it's necessary. So I don't see there's a need for argument. Oh yeah, it's good that he could do that, but if he doesn't, then it's left with the finance ministry or the appropriator to say, okay, look, government has given a 40% give up 40% of his salary. This is why it's a mantle annually.
Thank you, Mr. Boda. I want to ask you more questions, but let me recognize the presence of Mr. Weah. Mr. Weah, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, guys. The General.
How are you, boss?
Thank you, and welcome to the show, Mr. Weah. I want to come back to you, Mr. Bola, because two of the panelists mentioned deception or bluff, and you saying this is a generous act on the part of the president. Now, I'm going to ask this question assuming the numbers in this article are correct. Anyone on the show can correct me if I'm wrong. The article saying that Mr. Boakai revealed in February that his annual salary was $13,400. The court will bring it down to $8,000.
Annual or monthly?
Annual salary.
He made
like I said, $13,400, and it says President Boakai revealed in February that his annual salary was $13,400. Again, I say, assuming that this number is right. It says again, I repeat, it's quoting President Boakai here. It said Boakai revealed in February that his annual salary was $13,400. So he cut in $5,400.
Are you saying $13,000?
This is not me saying it.
It was a
I'm
mistake.
seeing the article is saying 13,000 annually.
Yes,
I want it.
That's incorrect.
That's why I say anyone is sure can correct me. Do you?
If nobody, a president's annual salary 13,000, now you're a minister's salary, employee of a ministry, the assistant minister or whatever salary, now you're 13,000 annually.
So now go ahead.
That figure is incorrect.
Go ahead, but you can just say it's incorrect.
The thing is that
go ahead.
Everybody gave different figure about the president. Some people say the president make 400,000 a year. Some say he make 300,000 a year. I myself, I don't even know the actual amount the president make.
Yeah,
My
thing is, if you tell me annually he making 13,000,
it's not that it was a mistake.
He made less than $1,000 a year.
Mr. Boda, again, maybe the article may make a mistake.
They made a mistake.
I'm not gonna,
what you reading is true, but a mistake on it. It's not 13,000.
I understand that. My question to Mr. Boda will be, for the sake of transparency, if you think that if the president was transparent, don't you think you and myself would not be here wondering why our president made, if you were going to come out and say, I made this amount every year annually and I'm taking 40% from it. So the fact that it's just it's kind of left in the air like that, don't you think it falls under what the general said earlier is a bluff, or what Mr. Sherry said earlier that it's just a deception, that we don't know what amount or what figure you're taking 40% from?
Well, like I keep saying to you, if you want to know how much the president made, this is a public figure that you can find within the labor ministry, within the Department of Labor or the finance ministry. Okay, we all can research how much the president made per like bro. So if they meant donating 40% of his salary monthly, okay, whatever his monthly salary, if he say he donated 40%, we can calculate that 40%. Whatever his base salary is per month, and we take our 40%, or is it after taxes or before taxes?
Thank you very much.
That has to be worked on. So I don't want to sit there and ponder on somebody a good gesture.
Thank you very much.
It's a good way of the president to say, hey, I'm giving my money, or I cannot give my money. So I don't want to talk about it. It doesn't make sense for me to argue about what he does with his money, why he doesn't.
I think we should say the other way around, because at the end of the day, it's the Liberian people money, not the president money.
No, that his money, that his personal salary. That's not like Bronco money.
And then I have money, man. Don't say that.
You work for it. Don't say that his money.
Then I'm private company.
And be honest. You work for somebody say that his money. They may work for his salary. The Bronco pay the man for working as a president.
A point of injection, please.
Say, I don't want salary. If Mr. Bwaka was working with a private company, even if I'm working with a private company, there's no way I will give my salary out, because I know there is nothing coming in. When it comes to politicians, when it comes to this election politics, you can even Mr. Bwaka can get host says, I don't need salary. He getting a lot of benefit. Mr. Bwaka don't buy gasoline from his pocket. He got everything that he wants. So people who go into these jobs are already ready, they settle, they want to serve the people. If that was a private job, you think Mr. Bwaka going to get 60% or 40%? I myself will not do it. But when I'm president, I can do it. I say, I don't need salary. People who will say, I don't need salary. Some will tell you, okay, my salary should go to health, should go to education. Then we know that education will increase, that your passion. But if you just throw it back into government, who are benefiting? It ain't benefiting nobody. It's not benefiting nobody. But we don't worry about the president. We want the president to cut the other salaries. They're too high. The other salary too high. Cut it down. Then we know you're ready. Cut the salary
I agree with you. I may agree with you if they can cut down salary too.
That's what they need to do. We don't worry about the president.
If they can cut down salary, yeah, it's a good thing. I'm not going to argue on
Thank
those
you.
We don't worry about president. Everybody, minister, just cut the salary.
Thank you very much. Mr. Sheriff, you had an interjection. Let me recognize you. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. The interjection was I saw Mr. Boda when you make mention of the 13,000, 400. He laughed. But this is Mr. Bwaka's own statement. If the BBC contradicted what he said in the past, we have information ministry that will come up to say no. I think the information that is provided, because BBC is not just an ordinary platform. This is a platform that is well listening to, that people read the world over. So if at all what they wrote here is something that was incorrect, the Ministry of Information was going to come up to say, look, this is not it. But this is just to show you the scheme that these people be operating on. 13,400. This is just to tell you the deception that they've been operating under. To the extent that even our own, panelists on the show, you look at it for like, say, they 13,400. He himself doubting it. Yeah, he himself doubting it. And that's why we continue to say, look, the cognitive ability of a leader is important. Hey, I'll see where it coming here now. Hey, I'll see where it coming to. When we does say the leader must have good, remembrance, that it brain must be in order, it must be sharp, it must be okay. Hey, I'll see where we coming. Now me talking there. That Joseph Newman Bwaka, he said it. And now all people now they doubting. There is a big confusion here now on the 13,400. Let the thing reading right here. Let it right on BBC. They want it now on focus on Liberia. It now on how you call the hard zone now under the Palava Hall. That BBC focus on BBC. The whole world is watching. Let here. When a serious school teacher or when a serious 12th grade student or 7th grade student from the United States read this statement here. From the president of the Republic of Liberia, 13,000. They will not know straight that they paper corrupt. Will they not know? Let's be sincere. Let's be fair. Will they not know? Will they kind of statement coming out? Or will they not know that they may like something happening here, my people? Cognitive impairment is coming in now. It is 8 year old man. They want to talking now. Something happening here. And nobody is there to correct. So what do? Do we believe this or we should doubt it?
Prince.
I just want to rest on this.
13,000 annual is not a number for the president of Liberia. Now you're a minister.
Who to correct that? Is it you or is it the Ministry of Information? And they got the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism.
My argument is
guys.
Is based on that information because I know it's not a fact.
Bishop Reeves, before
enough fact.
Mr. Sheriff and Mr. Boda, before I come to you, Bishop Reeves, let me hear from Mr. Weah, and then I'll come to you. He's been silent for quite a while. Mr. Weah, on the subject matter, please.
Okay. Thank you very much, Derek. I think President Bouaga is making the same mistake we have made. When we was in power, he said he was cutting his salary by 25%. But the point is, then he didn't say how much he was making, and that 25% was going toward which project. So the Liberian people did not know who was going to be responsible for the implementation. But what I want to say about the whole thing is this: if any of our leaders really serious to talk about the reduction of salaries, they need to tell the Liberian people how much they are making and why they want to cut it. If they cut that, what is it going to take care of? In that way, the Liberian people understand it. Again, it should be done through the national legislation. The same thing, the same mistake over and over. In order for it to be effective, in order for it to benefit Liberian people, President Bouaga should announce. Since he announced 40%, yeah, 40%. Nobody wants to go. The market one doesn't know what is 40%. Besides that, 40% of what? You got to make it clear to the people. 40% of what? How many
salary?
No, how much is the salary? Is the question. That's what I mean here. And what is the equivalent of that 40%? And it will go towards what? Then at least he's talking to market people. Maybe he wants to do what we are doing to say going towards this student project, or going towards this, or where does it go to? But besides, I really encourage that you should not make the same mistake everybody has been making. It doesn't make sense for our leaders, from the presidency down, and our lawmakers to make money more than the legislators of the United States. That is a fact. So we need a serious president, which I was hoping President Bouaga was going to do. It doesn't make sense for a representative of Liberia to make more money than a representative of the United States. It doesn't make sense for a senator of Liberia to make more money than a senator of the United States. We are backers. But if you were to talk to anybody, they will tell you, say, we are independent country. So if Bouaga really serious to talk to his people, they should come up with some consensus and pass a law to send it to the lawmakers so that the reduction will be made, and they should identify what they're going to take on, which part, which project, which ministry. That's my take on this.
Thank you very much. Let's hear from Bishop Reeves, and then we'll move on to our next topic. Bishop Reeves.
Yeah, I just felt that we were wasting time in this discussion because the president's salary or the legislature salary is something that is public knowledge. If you want to find it, you can just go and research it and you find it. And that 13,000 that we're looking at is not yearly, it's monthly. Okay, it's monthly. So somebody made some kind of typo or a mistake over there, but it's that 13,000 is monthly. For all of us just jumping around, arguing over the president's salary, this is something that all of them have been doing, and like Mr. Jawikin said, we need to know what that cut is going to. And that's why I couldn't speak to it from the beginning, because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure why the 40% and what started that whole conversation for the president to say, well, I'm going to take 40% off to start off something or to do something. So I think we should move on, because knowing the president's salary is public knowledge, and we just need to research it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bishop Reeves. Guys, thank you for your contribution on this subject matter. And before we go to our next conversation on the the development that has been making rounds in Liberia and on social media concerning the yellow machines or earth moving machines in Liberia. Let's take a quick 1 minute break, and when we come back, we'll get right into that, and then I'll take your positions on that conversation. But for now, guys, if you're with us, this is the Hard Zone, episode 5, season 6. We will talk to you right after the break.
Welcome to your new home away from home in the heart of Margibi County, Liberia. This privately owned guest house located at Disco Hill provides a spacious home for vacation rentals, including 3 comfortably decorated bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. Here, we aim to meet the need of every one of our guests. Do you plan on hosting a meeting? Invite your team to our expansive lounging area, which is perfect for conferences. Let our attentive staff help you celebrate life's biggest moments with your loved ones in our spacious indoor and outdoor event area with chairs, tables, and all your event needs. Whether you're visiting home from abroad or right here in Liberia, we're ready to take your call. Welcome home. Call us now to book your reservation at your new home away from home.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching us, this is the Liberia Radio and Television Network, bringing to you tonight episode 5 of season 6 of the Hard Zone. My name is Derek Yali, and I'm playing host tonight. I'm here with my panelists, Mr. Boda, Mr. Sheriff, the General, Mr. Jai Winkin Weah, and Bishop Reeves. I'm sure all of you guys have followed this development concerning the Earth moving machines and or aka the yellow machine development in Liberia. And a few hours ago, or just today, I should say, the president wrote a communication to the legislature explaining the situation of the yellow machines. You guys have all the information to that development, I'm sure. So I'm just going to go around asking you guys for your position on that, and then I have a couple of questions, and we will take turns, or I'll take turns asking you guys those questions. Mr. Weah, I'll let you
Derek,
start with you.
Derek,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
just 1 second before you go to that topic. Can I just provide some information that will help us thinking and doing some research that will help us?
On that subject?
Just yes, just some information I want to
Go
provide.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so I just want all of us to know that the 2 highest paid people in the nation in Liberia, and those 2 people, they determine their salaries. Okay, and I'm sure that a lot of people in Liberia don't know this, but the 2 highest paid people in the country is the Senate Pro Tem and the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Those 2 people are the highest paid people in the nation, and they determine their salaries. They determine what salary they get. The Senate Pro Tem and the Speaker. In the past government, the highest paid person was the Senate Pro Tem and the Speaker. Now it's the same thing that's happening now. So and those information are there. It's just that people don't ask these questions. We talk about Senate representatives making more money than the representatives in America. Just go and research, and you will find out the salaries that these people are making. Then I know there will be an outcry. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So now let's come back to you, Mr. Jai Winkin Weah. Talk to us on this yellow machine development.
Sorry, I haven't have more details about these machines. I know they are in Liberia, but from the time I heard about them, what I said first was the Liberian people needed to know who was providing them, how were they going to pay for, how were they going to be maintained, and the cost were Liberian trained, how would they be trained? We're going to provide the tools for replacement, whether we hire Liberian to be trained. Well, I'm still looking forward hearing how are they going to be, because in Liberia, as I said the last time, was even if you were to donate a typewriter to a ministry or a printer to a ministry, Liberians will be looking up to you to provide the ink. Maintaining things, people have, is our problem. So that is a good thing to do, to provide this equipment so that we'll be able to decentralize the rehabilitation of roads how it used to be prior to the war. But we have a system in Liberia where we don't take the property of government seriously. For some reason, people can be prosecuted. People sell gasoline of government equipment, sell a lot of stuff that will even go down to the parts. So my belief or my hope is that if we know how much these cost, what, I don't know whether they are new, whether they are old, whether they have, how do we assess and how do we make a decision? I'm still looking for hearing that why the sugar we need things to come to Liberia, but we want to make sure that they are coming to function properly so that Liberian people money will not go in vain.
You're off, Derek.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Jawinkin. Let's hear from you, Mr. Boda. Talk to us on this yellow machine development.
Well, people are kind of very hyped on the process and forgetting to look at the context and contextualize the situation and look at it from a broader perspective instead of just our political blindness or fullness of our political ideologies. And it's important to note that the letter, if we all read our letter and analyze the letter the way we say we analyze it, understand it, there haven't been any contract signed yet. The Liberian government has not yet been put into any agreement or contract with any vendor or so forth. So at this juncture, the president is utilizing his connectivity, his office, to lobby, to negotiate with friends of vendors in his office. And he has that purview to do so as a president, to be able to scout around what he wants to visualize for his country, what his vision is for the country, and then bring it out to the legislatures. So even if there were mistakes in the logistical process or the procedural part of the negotiation, you have not signed any contract yet. The Liberian people have not yet been put into any situation that is detrimental to them that the House will be forcing them to do. So it's important to note that, because people are just jumping all over the place of machine here. The letter was read. The Liberian government had not signed a contract with anybody. We all read the letter. We all saw what's going on. And that's where we should be looking at. If there is any error made, that error should be corrected. And look at the equipment. And good thing is you have some of the equipment on hand to see whether that equipment will be worthwhile to invest into. It says worthwhile to invest into. And we kind of try to just put everything together. Training is a whole different aspect. The maintenance of the machine is a whole different thing that we have to deal with. Personnel of those machines got nothing to do with the purchase. That's got to do with the Department of Public Works, who has to utilize the skill of men that they have to get them to work. We have public work ministers that have functioned for over 100 years. So we got all those things. If you go to the Ministry of Public Works, they are various subdivisions of the Ministry of Public Works in the political subdivision that have been existing not just because today. So I guess maybe some of us don't know that, or if we know, we're just trying to be blind to it. But those things have been existing over the years in Liberia. So
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you for thank you
well,
very much, Mr. Boda.
I
Mr.
wanted to,
Jawumi, we
I
I will
wanted to, I
come to
wanted
you
to,
for I will come to you for clarification. Just bear with me for a second. Let me hear from all the panelists, and then I'll come back to you. Let me take you now. The general, give us your take.
Yeah, on this yellow machine issue, you know, I think the president have been dishonest to the Liberian people. When you go back and watch the tape from the ministers with the president retreat, when Mamaka Bilete made that announcement, people started running, and then later on, news started to come up. But then they still went ahead and brought this machine in the country, and people still asking the question, what is all about? 285 machines. You can check the rules in Liberia. Even if the Ministry of Public Works will maintain it or take hold of it, to even distribute to all the 15 counties, it's like you're taking jobs from private people that government itself will be fixing the rules and doing other things. 285. I still don't believe it. There's something. Either Liberia will be used as a base to sell this machine to neighboring country. It's some private owned something, but just to boost the government stuff. But if you can read that letter that the president sent when he talked about his good friend, that he spoke with someone, there's a word he used in there, free, that we don't have. In fact, Nathaniel Mage, because I can't see it from here because it's too small for me. Nathaniel Mage, who a minister and senator, said, President Bouaka told us that this equipment is free. But if you say free, then what are they negotiating? It entered the country duty-free, nobody pay anything, and they took it to the barracks and using government facilities. So we don't know who owns it, but they're using government facility right now. So the letter alone that the president sent, he's dishonest because we never heard all these things. Every day they bring news stories to us. So how you expect us to believe it? Not because we want machine, but 285 machine, it can fill the entire SKD stadium and still will look for place. Where are they going? What if you talk about creating jobs? We have money to pay for private sector create jobs. But if you alone bring 285, we just have 46 machines the other day, and the minister admitted, I think about roughly 16 came. What are the machine in the country for? The Minister of Public Works gave it. He said, yes, the previous government paid, and we got some of the machines on the ground. So you tell me 285. Each county going to take what? 20 or whatsoever? It's too much. So we confused.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Martin Colley came out with a research and called the name of the person, and he supported Mr. Bouaka. He's still a strong supporter of Mr. Bouaka and said, no, this is not right. And even the finance minister refused to sign on it. Now he got to go. So these are the things we're talking about. You be honest to us. That's all we want, the machine. But I just feel they're using something not right. Something is not right. Maybe they're going to be selling it to Sierra Leone, Guinea. It will be easier to go instead of shipping it to every country. So maybe somebody got a business. Somebody got caught somewhere.
Thank you very much, the general. Let's hear from you, Mr. Sheriff.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. This fraudulent, dubious, terrorist finance deal that have entered Liberia is worrisome. It is worrisome. The Liberia will now be used as a base where terrorists will send in equipment because they don't want it to be traced, that it will be used as a second base to sell these things to other countries. I think it's worrisome for us. This whole yellow machine thing, my brother, it showed the high level of inconsistency of the dubious behavior of this government and the frequent disrespect for the rule of law of this particular government. With the issue of this yellow machine or this dubious terrorist, funding machine that is in Liberia now, we ask the question, and the very hard question too. Who are the people Or who is that individual that's sending this yellow machine? As I speak to you today, we do not have a single paper from Josiah Numa Boyka, the president, telling us about this his friend. They're a friend that ghosts that we don't know of. Even though we understand that this man is on a terrorist watch list, that the Interpol is seriously watching him, and he's been watched. But in his communication, did you see any name of this particular friend, my brother? Look, we are talking about Liberia. We are talking about the safety of Liberia. We are talking about the safety of the world. We are talking about the safety of our people. Mr. Boyka writes a communication, and in this communication, all we can see in the communication, my friend, we have gentleman agreement. That gentleman agreement you were carrying before the lawmaker for them to go and sit down to talk on. Is that what we're carrying? Look, let's look at the serious question with this issue. None of us are saying that the issue of Liberia acquiring yellow machine is bad. But you know what this does? When you see the president getting involved with this, that we don't even understand the whole deal, like the general said. Yesterday, it was Mama Ability that was talking about it. Before Gologba, she get in yellow jacket and start parading with it. What happens to the Ministry of Public Works? As far as we are concerned, there are land ministries that are responsible for everything that we do in Liberia. When it comes to the issue of health, we go to the Ministry of Health. We don't go to Public Work when we're discussing the issue of health. When we are talking about the issue of bailing road, we will not go to the University of Liberia or we go to the Ministry of Education to say, yeah, you can discuss about rule. We go to the institution that is responsible for it. Why is it that the Ministry of Public Work is quiet and completely silent on this thing? Because they know very well that this thing is connected with some terrorist group. Why is it today Brahma Kamara is being forced to resign? He's been forced to resign because he highlighted this thing in a very important meeting. In fact, he was taken to the NSA boss house. They tried to coerce him. They tried to force him for him to sign this agreement. And he said that, look, we understand because we have received a signal from the United States intelligence that this particular machine, they are machines that is associated or that are associated with people who are, very dubious, that are terrorists. So I will not want to be involved into this thing. And because of this, he's now been forced to resign. This is scary for Liberia. So who are the friends that Josiah Numa Boyka is associating with? The last time we saw him in Nigeria with a dubious Russian mafia who is on the watch list of the Interpol in Nigeria. And today we are seeing this man again talking about, look, we need to be very careful. Liberia has now become the base of terrorists in Africa. It is becoming, until we, the Liberian people, can be able to stand up and speak against this thing, it is creeping in our backyard gradually. Look at what is happening in Nigeria. We have Boko Haram and other things. So will Liberia now be used as the bank to clean these people money? Is that what they are telling us? And we have eyes. There are people who are talking. Serious information is going across.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sheriff. Let's hear from Bishop Reeves.
You see, I am trying my best to not engage certain things here tonight. But when I listen to Prince, I mean, yeah, I listen to Prince. They are just poisoning the minds of the people, which is so wrong. Prince, just stop that. Just stop doing that, because the way you're talking, nobody is engaging in terrorism yet. It has gotten to that terrorism. Come on, man. Y'all going too far in the way we push things. Derek, there are unconfirmed reports. Okay, because I heard him alluding, some things to. There are reports surrounding this thing, but they are unconfirmed. And so because they are unconfirmed, that's why we don't sit down and discuss it publicly, because anything you're talking about now, you put in the public space, you should have proof. And that has been a problem with us in Liberia. Most of us, we bring things into the public space and we don't have proof, so we just talk and people just run with stuff. I want us to pick a cue from Kenya, from what's going on in Kenya. if you look at what's going on in Kenya right now, it's a very hot button subject. But I was so impressed the other day when the Kenyan president brought in the press guys and some of those very tough guys sat with him and started throwing questions at him and bombarding him with questions. And the president sat there and answered those questions. The president educated the people about some of the hot button subjects and things. I think that if our president, from the former president to this one, because they have not been publicly engaging the public and speaking to the issues, there have been so many speculations. So many speculations. So you couldn't talk to the public. You could not hear him talking to the public or engaging journalists for them to ask him questions and he can answer and speak to the public. You didn't find that because he was not competent to talk to the people publicly. Now we're having the same issue here now with Omen Boyka. Okay, I think Omen Boyka should speak to the public and be open with them about what's going on, because there are some sensitive matters. Unconfirmed reports that there's this person who is a billionaire and he comes from South Africa.
Yes.
And you know, I'm saying it's unconfirmed because we don't have any proof of what we're saying, but we're hearing it. And so based on what we're hearing, we need to throw it out there because it will help to answer some of our questions and to put us in a stage to wait and see. That's what I would say. We have this unconfirmed report about this person who wants to come and do exploration in our country from one of our mines. And he wanted to give some money, like all of them do. They will give to the country or to the president certain amount of money just for goodwill gesture. Okay, it happened during the George Weah government when HPX wanted to do this contract from Guinea, passing through Liberia to go to Grand-Bassa. HPX wanted to pass the ore from Guinea, going through Nimba to go to Grand-Bassa. Okay, HPX gave George Weah $37 million. All right, and nobody said much because it was unconfirmed, and they give them some. So now the unconfirmed report here is that this gentleman wanted to give Omen Boyka some amount of money to come and do some exploration, and Omen Boyka said he did not want the cash. He wanted him to bring it in materials in terms of his arrest report. He wants to fix road. He wants agriculture. So he wanted to bring these equipments. He wanted to use that to buy equipment and bring it to the country. It's unconfirmed, like I'm saying. And so if you listen to what what's his name, one of the new senator now, McGill. If you listen to what McGill was saying, the president said that it's a gift that's given to him. All right, he says it's a gift. And I think because of the sensitivity of the matter, he is not able to come out and give full report now about what is happening. And of course, if such a thing happens, people will ask questions. The opposition will take it to the max and say whatever they want to say about it. All right. So I think the president needs to speak to this matter, and he needs to speak to it with caution and with tact, so that the Liberian people can put some of their speculations down. That's what my take is to this whole yellow machine issue.
Thank you very much. Let me get Mr. Weah clarification, and then I will come back to you. I have a question for you, Bishop Reese. But let's hear from Mr.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Mr. Boda, when I started, I said I never had more details. Well, here is the problem. From what I've been hearing from the bishop, it is the same mistake we keep making. If anybody offering anything to Buckeye, why is he offering it? Because he's a president. Who is the president? When Buckeye was not president, nobody was offering anything. When it comes to this kind of project, it's supposed to be our lawmakers to reach agreements, to negotiate these things, and send it to the president for signature. We are not capable. Even in the United States here, you know, most of the rules are not built by government, they are built by companies. And government pay them.
Government don't build roads.
Government not build roads, that's what I'm saying.
They just maintain it.
Government not build roads here in America. In Africa or in Liberia, we keep making the same mistakes. If to say this guy was coming, you want to help out to build roads. That's why I was asking from the beginning. How much is it going to cost the Liberian people? Who is going to pay? What is this about? Those were my questions. This is not political. This is about Liberia. Nobody will right now go to President Weah, former President Weah, and say, I'm giving him here because he's no longer president. There is an interest. That is why it is very important. If you don't sign a contract, why do they enter the country? How did they enter the country? Who allowed them to enter the country? Who's going to make sure that they are secure? How does it not make sense to ask the questions? That's my clarification. We need to look beyond who is the president. We need to look beyond whether it doesn't matter who is the president of Liberia today, but we need to put Liberia first. Presidency is not the answer. We need a system to deal with this issue. We need our lawmakers. Government of build roads. We need to come to build roads, they reach an agreement, then government pay them. That's how it's supposed to be. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's not political.
Derek, can you give me 1 minute, please?
Go ahead. Go ahead, General.
And I just want to buttress the bishop. He said something, and I want people to pay attention to it. And that is the biggest problem in Liberia. You know what people listen to pastors and they listen to the leaders. If the leader can speak to the people, look, we don't have to deal with. If you're going to increase something, if they hear it from the president, the man who's the leader mouth, it's easy.
That's right.
If the minister of education and commerce come and say we're increasing rest, and our president he said nothing for nothing. If this president just explain, you see, Ellen, who says Ellen signed 66 bogus agreement, but she went through the Senate, she went through the House, and no matter what happened, they will still give your government money, whether you like it or not. They still going to pay something, so that all you need to do, but they pass the we are government and this one. They're doing it on their own. How can you come in? You told Maggie it's gift free.
How?
But then in your letter, you saying negotiation still going. Negotiation for what? And that's true. And this boy brought the whole thing out. And I believe in your good. You can research Martin Colley, the guys from South Africa. The man promised to get some money, but we're supposed to pay. Which are the mining company he want? Which are the mountain he need? Whether they Wurugizi or whatsoever, there's something underneath it. But 285 is too plenty. I can check the street, the roads in Liberia, from here to Maryland, or you going to Guinea, or you going to Africa or Sierra Leone. 285 machines. You trying to put a private? If anybody get a construction company in Liberia today, they should be worried.
General government cannot build roads.
Yeah, a point of objection, if I may come in to just
in the country, we already have 46 other machines just to do the parking. But you got to allow the private people to come in and bring other machines. So even if I want to do construction business, I said, damn, the people get 285. What time I carry my own there too? So I mean, I don't get no contract.
Yes, sir. To just make a quick input in this issue, I will pin the link there. In 2022. The 15th to the 18th, the WEA-led administration brought in from the ABK, incorporated company, they brought in, or the government paid for 40 earth moving equipment or machines, for the development of roads. Those equipments are in Liberia. What happened to them? Where are they? Why are we not using it? The second thing we should look into is the cost of maintenance of these things that we're bringing in. We must understand the cost of maintenance. Let's look at our budget. Let's look at public work budget. The first thing, look at public work budget. How much do we have allocated in our budget for public work? Can public work take care of these machines when it comes to even the cost of running them just for a month? Look at the cost of running them for a month. 285 running them for just a course, for just a month course. How much will it cost? And like the general rightly said, we should be afraid, because that's why we say this government is they are a bunch of schemers. Joseph Numa Breka have this particular, what we call whatever he call, think Liberia, build Liberia, love Liberia, do this Liberia and that Liberia. What happened to the ABK company that is a Liberian owned company that the government of Liberia had to pay small money to for them to be able to give the ballot machine to Liberia? Why can't us make use of that
$850.
opportunity? Yeah, 850,000 or something like that. Why can't us make use of it?
$150.
Okay, well, fine. That's good. Thank you very much for that. $850. Now, the second issue is with the issue of this how you call or machine that will be sharing to the counties. Let's look at the needs of the various counties. Are our needs the same? Are they all the same? The needs of the people in Bokonjiri, is it the same of the need of the people in Grand Cape County, where I'm from? The need of the people in Grand Cape County for machine, is it the same need for the people in River G? Look, we should start scheming the people of Liberia. You talk about think Liberia, build Liberia, and love Liberia, and do this to Liberia. But look at what you are doing. This is a complete suppression of Liberia's own businesses. In other words, you are telling Liberian that, look, we ain't get time for you, because when that machine can, the government now will start using those machines to run contract. We know them. That's what they can do. They will start using those machines and they will start giving it to private people to carry on how you call work. And at the end of the day, this money will be coming in the pockets of individuals, like the 22 million. Are we talking about the 22 million today? What happened to it?
I will beg for
Why
that.
is the public web quiet? That's the thing.
Thank you.
Why is the public web so quiet?
Thank you.
There's something sinister about this thing.
Thank you.
So Derek, can the general tell us? The general, I need a general to tell us. You said 800 and how much dollars?
According to, they say the balance money they need to give this guy is $850, and he will bring the balance machine.
For what?
So why Joey I couldn't pay that $850? Why Joey I couldn't pay that $850? Why did they have to leave that bill to go to the next?
According to the city minister,
it can't be $850.
Okay, listen, I'm quoting. I think you listen to Nathaniel McGee. I'm quoting Nathaniel McGee.
Derek,
the minister admitted. He said, yes, we got this machine. The minister right now, he said we got him in the balance machine. Now, they said that it's only $850 because they guys also pre-finance the machine. Gave him the money, and then when he bring the machine, and then they will give him the balance. But he sort of pre-finance it. That the $850, they hold up. Now, some people were saying that because this guy, I think he got a contract from CDC government, so that's why they don't want to be bothered with him. But the first set of machine is already in the country. Even Gavis admitted to it. He said, yes, we got machine. That's a fact.
Thank you.
But I start laughing. I said, $850? Why we ain't giving money to the man? I said, it's in there.
Thank you.
But it happened at government now, they can delay. But the men sort of pre-finance it.
Thank you very much. Before I ask the question I have for you, Mr. Bishop Reeves, let me recognize the presence of Bishop Hagar. Bishop Hagar, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I'm here tonight because I hear a lot of noise, some nonsensical things being spoken of here tonight. That make no sense.
Your government is making the same mistake.
Thank you. You know, I will come back to you. Let me give you the opportunity to rest and just listen for a while. Let me ask you a question, and then I'll come back to you. Is that okay? Bishop Reeves?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Let me allow you to just listen to the other panelists so you can, prepare whatever you have to say so you can just.
I don't need to listen to anybody. I'm ready anytime because these guys They are in a
I
dream
haven't even
world.
recognized you yet, Bishop.
Who are the guys now?
I haven't even recognized, but I want to ask
You
Bishop
call
Reed
them
this
the
question.
CDC. That is a combination
This
of
is not
dangerous citizens.
this is not
Combination
this
of
is
dangerous citizens.
this is not about CDC and UP.
How can a
But
bishop just
seriously
come
though,
on and call people dangerous citizens or bishop?
but seriously though, I don't want us to deviate. I gotta ask Bishop Reeves this question. Bishop Reeves, I will come back to you, Bishop Hager. Now I listened to you very well, and correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misunderstood what you said. But it seems to me that you are almost making this whole yellow machine development the result of President Boaka not communicating with the Liberian people.
Yeah.
And you keep referring to unconfirmed reports. Now, I would like to bring your attention. There's a letter from President Boaka to the legislature. All of what you said unconfirmed report. President Boaka did not deny or confirm any of those things in there. Now, when you reference President Weah or deal he made with HPX, you call a name, you call a dollar figure, but we have this yellow machine saga where even you saying Bishop Reeves, some billionaire, some deal. It's almost like a mystery. You're not telling the Liberian people what deal, but guess what's happening as you're making those mystery statements? There are 285 earth moving machines in your country that's going to be maintained by taxpayer money, most likely.
No way.
And as we speak, there hasn't been any projects in any of those countries that were planned that a professional engineer will say, "Oh, we need X, Y, and Z amount of earth moving machines to carry out those projects." Those machines are just there. Again, I will come back to you, Bishop Reeves. What is your position on the yellow machine issue? Because you did not give a definite position. You just make it seem like, oh, President Boaka did not communicate with the Liberian people. That's why all of these speculations are out there. Again, what is your position on that? Giving all of what you know on this from the official report, from the official letter from the president. I want you to give us your position on that.
No, my position on this whole earth moving machine, it's a good thing to have to have those earth moving machines in the country. It's a good thing because I don't think we will only use them for building roads. Okay, you can use them for agriculture purposes. You can use them for different things, and I don't see anything wrong with us having these earth moving machines. That any country will want it. Even if you listen to the senators in their debates, everybody agreed that it's a good thing to have these earth moving machines in our country. A lot of them were just talking about the rule of law, the process, and all of that. But my position on having these earth moving machines, I welcome it. Let's just my thing is the president needs to speak to it and give clarity on it and talk to the Liberian people. That's what he needs to do.
Thank you very much. Now let's hear from Bishop Hager. I feel like I should go to Prince first so he can piss you a little more.
Listen.
and then come to you.
This boy, I think he just want to be on the side or where he want to hear what he wants.
I'm not on any side. Just Bishop Hager.
Listen.
Bishop Hager came on the show and he attacked Prince. That's why I mentioned that. Bishop Hager, go ahead.
Yeah, Bishop, we are listening.
I love your energy, but if you say you want dance, when the DJ is playing, you can't say the music are bad music. If you really want to dance, when they play the music, you will dance. I want to remind Prince and the CDC people, when Ellen was in power, she got $50 million from the president of Equatorial Guinea, Theodore Obima Ngama. $50 million to build our airport, the Rabat International Airport. CDC went on a rampage and said to the Liberian people, the man is a dictator, that blood money. Why would we take money from Equatorial Guinea? The newspapers are there, check it out. The same airport that you're boasting, you're enjoying and having all the good things, you condemn it. CDC condemn it. You say speak on it. Today we are bringing in earth moving machines for our 73 districts that are inaccessible. The people can bring their food from the village, from the farm. And then you're talking about all kinds of issues. When we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. The issues, some of the issues you are raising, they will solve themselves. But what is important is our people need accessible roads. We need to understand the country suffer too much. Right now, where we are.
Bishop Hager.
Listen.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you, one of the things I'm making mistake. What will you say about America that dealing with Saudi Arabia that killing people? We are a very poor country. Somebody come and give us something and condemn it. You don't get nobody to help you. Somebody help you. You're not taking it. When I'm hungry, when somebody give me food to eat, I will eat that food. Thank you.
Bishop Hager, let me stay with you though. Just first of all, who the president of Liberia can I say who gave Liberian people 285 earth moving machines?
Derek.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mr. Weir.
Look, Bishop Hager, I think you guys are missing this point. No Liberians and nobody on this particular planet is against for Liberia to be developed or for roads to be built. The concern here is we need for these things to be done properly. Accountability. I will start that because the problem we have in Liberia, even if you park any of this anywhere, the part will be stolen, the gasoline will be stolen. It's not a question of just coming. This is why the president should be the last person. He should not be receiving gift. We have laws on the book that require our lawmakers to negotiate agreements. As I said earlier, in the developed countries, that private company build roads. It is good for agriculture, but we need to train our people to get these equipment. But the question is, how are we going to pay? Who is bringing them? That's why we need it to be done properly. Nobody against them. That's why we are saying so. Do not get angry.
Mr. Weir,
clarity. We need proper process.
Mr. Weir.
Yes.
Mr. Weir.
Bishop, I was going to come to you next. Bishop Hager, let's go to Mr. Boda. And then
He mentioned Mr. had the right to respond.
Bishop Hager.
You said you are coming to me?
Bishop Hager. Let's hear from Mr. Boda, and then we will come to Prince next. Mr. Sheriff, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Look, one thing I want all of you to understand here is I keep hearing, I think we talk about Liberia. And you know, we live in America, and America friendship is based on interest. It's not based on friendship. America does not have any friend out there. They got interest out there. Where is Liberia interest? Where is our interest? We come on these shows, we put all the bureaucracy in our way to block our progress. You rightly said, we don't have money. We are struggling to survive, or we're trying to always beat the drum for the people's interest. Where is Liberia interest in our conversation? Yellow machine in our country, we should be jubilating. How you get there, how you don't get there, we want our road fixed. You're going to sit here, yeah, you can shake your head all you want.
Mr.
Boda. Let me finish. You can shake your head all you want.
Derek, protect it, man. Protect it, man.
Go ahead.
Bureaucracy you want to have. All of these bureaucracies put a bottleneck to all of your progress. At the end of the day, you don't achieve anything. Your country remains it is what it is, and we are sitting in our comfortable zone. You and I sitting here, we play a better role. Our children go to better school. We talk all the bureaucracy. You from Grand Crew. I'm from Bone County. Everybody here from different places. You know the road situation. You know your village, the village you're from. I don't even think car reach out to you. Okay? And you're going to sit there and talk about all these bureaucrats. You know what happened in the Congress in the United States? Things that come before you hear it. Do you know? Let us be mindful, Liberians. and stop talking in bureaucracy and focus Liberia and have Liberia interest first. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Boda. I have so many questions for you. I don't know what.
Ask me, I'll answer all of them.
Now you're talking. Wait, just because you're hungry, does that mean you should just accept any food? Now you're talking about yellow machine trying to make it look like the yellow machine coming in the country for them for Bouaka to start building roads. What projects have you heard of from Liberia that this is what the machine is coming for? What projects have the government of Liberia say, oh, this is the machine coming to Liberia for us to like build or certain length of road in so country. No projects. No projects.
Don't say no project.
Mr. Engineer.
Mr. Boda.
Mr. Engineer.
Do not say no project.
Mr. Engineer.
Question.
No, Mr. Engineer.
No. Bishop Hagar.
What's your question? Ask your question.
I will come to you. There are 285 machines on your soil today that they don't have a project assigned to, and you're telling Liberian people to celebrate that. Now, the president of Liberia said it was a gift to him. Mr. Boda, that all gifts the president were accept. That every gift.
Why should they not receive gift in the first place?
Mobisat, thank you. Mobisat.
You asking me or you making statement?
I'm asking you a question. I will give you the opportunity to address that. A letter from our executive branch of government to the legislature, from President Bouaka to the legislature, mentioning a mystery person. Can I even say the name of the person? Why is our president making making transaction on behalf of the country with his close friends who he will not even name? You're not talking about that, but you're telling the Liberian people to celebrate that because why a yellow machine going to Liberia? How does it directly impact their lives? How does it? There is no project to say you bring in some roads to your country. They take it on the project to your country, putting a playground there, but they should just celebrate because 285 machines arrived in Liberia. Mr. Boda, be honest with the Liberian people. Be real with them.
Can
I interject?
No,
you're not a spokesman for the Liberian people. The Liberian people are celebrating at different level. At different level, you're not a spokesman for them. They are happy with the yellow machine.
Bishop
I
will come to you and give you ample time to answer this question.
Yeah, what's your question?
You can't just tell the Liberian people celebrate because we bring 285 machines. You can't tell the Liberian people what project coming to their local villages or counties. What are they celebrating?
How were they decided?
So what they need to celebrate. We talk about mechanized farming. You need to have moving machines to proceed in that direction.
Liberia
suffering. Yeah, we're suffering because of y'all.
No, because of you.
Okay.
So that does not make it right.
You let me finish because all you said here is to talk about bureaucracy. They may ask questions. I'm asking you need a mechanized farming. You need to plot our roads that is plottable to put no access to all the people to go to the farm to market road that we know of here. We all sitting here know of. So some of us may not have that experience, but a lot of our people today are suffering. They cannot bring up that.
You're not answering. You're not answering.
Ask me one question. Again. Ask me what I'm giving you the benefit. What are going to do?
Can I answer that question for Mr. Boda?
I have to.
So now you're spokesman for Boda now.
No, Mr.
I want to answer that question. I want to answer that question.
I will come to you, Bishop Reeves. Let me give Mr. Sheriff. I have 9 minutes to give him two minutes because Mr. Bishop Hagar did mention him. So let me give Mr. Sheriff 2 minutes, and then I will come to you with the same question, Bishop Reeves.
I like that.
My brother Derek, I am in tears. I am in tears. And the reason for which I am in tears is because when we have people who are supposed to be the moral security or the moral voices in society are saying that we should just compromise because Liberia is poor. No, it reminds me of a church, right? That wants to undertake a project, a building project. They want to build. and the bishop or maybe whoever that person is or the clergyman stand on the pulpit and say, you go out, you go look for money. Even if it costs you to kill to bring money for all the BDH, you go there.
Yeah, bring it.
If it costs for you to even rape to take money, you bring it. You bring it. We want to know. The thing is, we want to build. Oh God, where is Archbishop Marco Bakala Francis?
Nowhere. You can't find him.
Where is he? Where is the Catholic Church?
He's buried.
Where is the prelate that used to stand and checkmate government action and say, no, this thing will not happen? To see Bishop Hagar, who control men, who people look up to, who is the moral voice between God and man on this planet Earth, to tell us that because of poverty, we must compromise integrity and security. Because of poverty, Liberia should be used as a terrorist base for terrorists to bring in their material, sell it, clean their money, and carry it to their bank record. Where are we going, fellow Liberians? Where are we going? When the church that is supposed to be speaking and supposed to be talking about morality, the respect of the rule of law, when the church is not saying, no, we can compromise the respect of the rule of law. It's like a pastor saying, well, man, just because you let it get here, even though you didn't get married, but you can go ahead, go fornicate, you go burn your children, you go ahead, you do anything you can do. In a month, you're coming to church, no problem, it's okay. Oh God, where are we heading? You should know that Liberia is heading in a very negative direction. The people like Bishop Hagar, who is a pay agent of this government, which is a good thing. It is good for him to be paid, and I appreciate that he's a pay agent, because the last time we checked, we saw the listing of those who are on the Unity Party government propaganda listing that have been paid, and we understand that Bishop Hagar is also on that listing. The listing is in our possession. It's a good thing that he has been paid, but to come and tell us that because our country is poor, so therefore we should open up and we should compromise everything. We should compromise the rule of law. Joseph Newman Boyka must disrespect the law. He must do anything. Police can kill people and we can go ahead. This is scaring for us. Like he said, because I want to eat. When I'm hungry, I can't ask where the food coming from. It is only somebody who don't have moral that will wake up in the morning, take bath, go to work, but then when he comes home, knowing very well that he leave money there, you see chicken on the other side, you see salad on the side, you see then you even ask question, you jump on the table and start eating. Then it means you have compromised your fatherhood. That what the bishop is telling here, that what he's telling us. Look, let me say this. Liberians, what we are seeing is a threat to 2029. What we are seeing is a threat to 2029. If Joseph Newman Boyka and his gangster can start to behave the way they are behaving, disrespecting the rule of law, openly insulting the Liberian people and trying to play with our intelligence, it's a clever attempt to tell we the Liberian people that come 2029, after we finish voting, they may will take all the ballot there, just take and put it in one place, say Joseph Newman Boyka win. And that's the reason why we're not allowing him to go to 2029 without checkmating him. Will not allow it, because with this kind of thing that coming off from the propagandists of the Unity Party, like Bishop Hagar, and Bishop Reeve, there, look, we need to correct this thing now, and we'll correct it, and we will correct it right now. It is unfortunate.
Thank you.
We should be telling this government to live up to stand up, but they are compromised stand up.
Bishop Reeve, leave on our list.
I got it. Let me show you the listing here and see. We'll publish this listing. You see?
Bishop Bola, leave on our list.
Yes, sir. Derek, you are time to Bishop Hagar.
Derek, man, you better take it with you.
Okay, so no, I'm not yielding my time to nobody. Give me, yeah. Let me.
I will come back to you.
I'm not yielding. You see, Prince is becoming comical. Yeah, but there's one thing I'm not sure. All of you are listening to me when I started speaking from the beginning. I said the president need to speak to the Liberian people. That's what I said. It is important to checkmate any government. It is important to checkmate any leader. I want you to listen to me and to respond, not just to react, but to respond so that our conversation can be fruitful. It is important to checkmate any government. All right. That is why I said President Boyka needs to speak to this issue and clarify some things to the public. Now, if he doesn't do that, there will be a lot of speculations going about. When Mr. Boda talk about the people should be happy, let me just speak a little bit to that. All right. Now, the question here is President Boyka's intention was very good, but the process is not going the way it's supposed to go. What do I mean by it? Yeah, I'm coming. Hey, listen.
Go ahead.
Listen, I'm coming. When I say his intention, okay, if you listen to what I said, the unconfirmed report is that this person wanted to give money so that they can come and do exploration. But he said, instead of giving us this money, give this thing to us in materials, in equipment.
I'm sorry to interrupt
Okay.
you, but you're saying intention based on the unconfirmed report. That's what you're saying.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay.
His intention, based on the unconfirmed report, his intention is, instead of giving me money, bring it to us in equipments so that we can use it in our country based on what's going on. All right. But like everybody is saying, if you want that to be done, it's a good thing. But the process by which you're going about that now, the legislature have to be involved. Things have to be cleared up so that people cannot speculate into what is not. Okay? Let him come up and tell us, look, this is what is happening. This is what needs to be, this is what we decided, this is what's going on. Now, if it's sensitive matter, there are ways you can even address sensitive matters. Okay? But if you don't say anything, you are giving room for everybody here to say the junk that is saying, and even calling what you're doing terrorist act.
But Bishop Reeves, before I go to Bishop Hager, don't you think that giving President Boyka experience in government, don't you think he will already know what you just said to come and talk to the Liberian people and to come and just be transparent and say what is going on, to not have people speculating, to not have people reading off of unconfirmed reports. Given his experience, he should already know to do that. Now, one would think he knows since he knows he's supposed to know how to do that. The fact that he's not doing that, it kind of gives people enough reason to believe that maybe that deal is not a good deal for the Liberian people.
So and that again, is why I said, no, hold up. I said to you from the beginning, I said, the first example I gave was with the Kenyan president. I said, why can't we learn from the Kenyan president? He came out to speak to his people and brought the press people to ask him all those questions, and he answered them. I said, President Weah didn't do it, and President Boyka is not doing it. All right?
I understand that.
Yes. So what I'm saying is, okay. So let me just throw the question back. Was it going to be okay for President Boyka to go over there and that guy gave him certain millions of dollars and he just keep it hush hush and come and sit down and use it, or was it a good idea by saying, okay, what you want to give to us, give it to us in this thing so that it can help us? It was a good idea, but what I'm saying is the process.
At the end of the day, Bishop Reeves, you are still speaking off of unconfirmed report, and we cannot react. A Liberian post shouldn't react to that because it's unconfirmed. The president sent a letter to the legislature that I want to draw your attention to because one of his strongest supporters, Amara Connor, commented on that letter, questioning the friend. Who is that friend? And the president of Liberia, with his experience, sending letter to the legislature on a deal that is this important, and mentioning a mystery friend, saying the support came from because he a long-time relationship with that person, and he's not fully explaining to this legislature What does that make the Liberian people think of him? Forget about all the
That,
speculations.
but that's what I'm saying to you, Derek. If you listen to me clearly, that's what I'm saying to you. He should not be doing that. We're saying the same thing, but from different angles. He should not be doing that. He should be coming to speak to the people and tell the people and convince the people, why is this machine here? What is it going to do? He needs to speak to it. That's what I'm saying to you.
Thank you. Let's not keep Bishop Hagar waiting for too long. Let's hear from you, and then we'll hear from the general, and then we'll try to take a break and then wrap this thing up.
Well, you
Bishop Hagar.
give Prince 5 minutes. I gotta have 5 minutes as well. Every Liberian in the diaspora in Liberia know very well that for the past 6 years, Prince Sheriff, this bad man from
Bishop Hagar, are you going to be addressing the issue?
Yeah, I'm going to address the issue.
Thank
so
you.
$15,000 every month from the CDC government to spray all kinds of nonsensical thing on the social media. Prince did it for 6 years. He got $15,000. I've been in America. I'm a very stable financial person. Besides having my church, I work and I make money. I'm not doing it for money. I would never do it for money. I'm doing it for the love of my country. So that thing talking about pay agent, I have never spoken to any Unity Party person. I have no financial interest in anything about Unity Party. Check the record. That list, anyway, not surprising. CDC always came up with lists. They are fabricators of lists. So I'm not surprised. Every day they go to the computer, they make their own list. Listen, the point I'm driving here tonight, and I want the Liberian people to know. Let Liberian people know clearly. And you, Derek, you raise a point. If you're an engineer, you don't need to have the plan before when you have rock, you have cement, and all the material. If it is somewhere, you can develop plan. Don't say before you bring the rock, before you bring the cement, you must have the plan. If the material on the ground, as an engineer, we know the material, even make it easier to start working with the plan. So when the material on the ground is 73 district, the yellow machine will be given at the district level. We have needs. The need we have is our Farm to Market Road. Do we need to go and talk to him as an engineer before you realize that we need accessibility to our Farm to Market Road? Do we have to come up with elaborate plan? How do you know that the public world don't even have a plan? Have you wondered, have you done an investigation that the public world ministry don't have a plan how to implement, how to use the yellow machine? You come on the social media because you are anti-Unity Party. You come and say things to attack the government. It's totally wrong. Our Liberian people need access roads. And the machine will be used for Liberian people. Now, all the questions you have, the legitimate questions you have, it will be addressed. That's why the legislatures are calling for investigation. The issue will be addressed. But nobody here can deny that those machines are necessary development tools. We need it. And Liberian people need it. That's it. How it came, that investigation is a preview of the legislature, and they have the right to do it. If anybody made mistake, there are punitive measures that will be taken. But for Prince now to come here and start talking about it is against the interests of the business community. When George Weah stole the Liberian people money and built for the air condominium, all the landlords that were not having house, they ever complain and say, oh, he built so many apartments, he rented it to his girlfriend there, so we're not able to rent our houses. Anybody say it?
That's why you are removed.
People, they stole the money, they use it. Listen, these guys, they need to be penalized for all the money they stole from Liberia. We just brought in yellow machine. We never built our own houses. Enough for one man when I tell my guest, say, oh, yeah, I stole money. I built house. Is that Liberian built house? That machine is for the Liberian people. So Prince Sheriff, stop talking things that you don't know about. Talking about it against the interest of the business community.
Thank you.
How long Liberia been there? What the business community have done? When our people that are product, their market, their product getting ratty in the village level. How the business man came and say, let me donate a machine so we can upgrade on the road? What are you talking about?
Thank you very much, Bishop Hagar. Just to clarify a few things you said. One, I just like to, for the sake of clarity, Bishop Haggard opinion on how a project is done is not an expert opinion. And Bishop Haggard, what you said it's just not how it's done. For the sake of the Liberian people, let's make that clarification. You here in America, when you're trying to build a house in Liberia, you don't first send money for them to buy the tools. That's not what you do. You don't send money for them to buy the tools. You find an architect, he draw you a house plan, and then he do an estimate, and then he
How
tell
do
you what
you
he
know that
need.
we don't have it?
He Let me finish. I protected you. I protected you. You do an estimate, and then when you hire somebody to do that job, they will determine the tools they need. The first thing you do is now you can't go purchase the tools. Say, oh, and you need shovel to build a house. That's not what you do. But Bishop Hager, at the end of the day, the yellow machine thing, Bishop Reeves. Not that I'm agreeing or disagreeing with him, I think it's time that this is not a unity party or CDC thing anymore. I know you accuse me of being anti-unity. Let me clarify that I'm not for a unity party or for CDC. So I just want to clarify that. But I think it's time that, like Bishop Reeves said, hold the government feet to the fire. It doesn't matter who's talking, whether they're supporting CDC, Unity Party, or ANC, or whatever political institution. Let's be Liberian first. Let's call spade or spade. If the government bring 285 yellow machine to Liberia, no explanation for it, we have the right. It's our right to put our government feet to the fire to tell them, hey, they machine the country, what they say for how they just bring the machine to this country. But don't start attacking everybody that come against the government. We understand we a third world country, one of the poorest nations in Africa alone. But that does not mean we should just accept anything,
Say the word,
especially where our integrity and morals is involved, Bishop Hager. Let's call spade or spade. To draw discussion to this, let me hear from the general last, and then we'll take a break. I'll come back and then give you guys the opportunity to comment on this episode.
Yeah, thank you, Derek. I listened to Mr. Buddha and I listened to Bishop Hager. And I'm very, especially the Bishop, I'm very, very surprised from your utterance. A bishop, a man who's supposed to speak truth to power, taking side and making statement. But anyway, that's your view. You said 73 district, but they bring in 285. Public Works already got machines. If they gave each of the district 333 machines, it's still not reached 285. I'm from District 17. You gave us 3 machines. How big is District 17? What we supposed to do there? You come in, you on a social media or bishop, the man who's supposed to preach from the Bible to tell us the truth and speak to the leaders and say, you are doing this the wrong way. Nobody criticizing the machine. But what is not done correctly is not done at all. It's not done at all. What is our interest? Mr. Boda talked about interest. The country interest, not individual interest. The letter alone that Mr. Baka sent to the Senate, I will tell you the real truth, they need to put on impeachment. Or we got to book us house. You say a friend, a mystery friend. Then you don't want us to tell, you don't want for Prince to say a terrorist friend. You don't want me to say it's another crook. According to your own supporter, the boy who put his life on the line for Mr. Baka, he said it. He said a guy from South Africa, Martin Colley, is almost $80 million. He won a business in Liberia. But why are you bringing 285 machines to do what? What are you going to pack? Where are you going to put them at? Or that business they're trying to do? Mama can't talk about it. Mr. Baka just put his foot in it. And it's wrong. What is our interest? Don't tell us you people are having problems to collect money during the election. And Mr. Baka got a millionaire friend and never even put one cent in. And the election, they were looking for money. Then he said, Mr. Baka, if they don't want it, we should be rejoicing at what you say to the Liberian people. It's wrong. Mr. Baka doing his own thing. Transparency. Speak to the Liberian people. Tell us the truth. But they are not telling us nothing. You want us to rejoice. Will that mission put food on the people's table?
Yes.
That mission cannot put food on nobody's table. They can't even create jobs. You can't even create jobs. You trying to discourage other Liberians who want to get into construction business. Because the public works ministry is supposed to maintain roads. Why public works is not even happy about it? Why the finance minister resign because of the same pressure? We need to stop it. Let us face the fact. We need to stop it. You can't come and tell us, do what I say, but don't do what I do. You want to be honest, man. Don't join the other people. Don't join the other people. You discouraging people here, your bishop. For you to even speak like this, I'm surprised. I believe in God, but for you to speak like this, be honest. You see, Bishop Reeves, he's saying, yes, Mr. Barker, wrong. He's wrong today, he's wrong tomorrow. What Joshua did it yesterday was wrong, and you're not supposed to do it. You criticized Mr. Weah last year. 6 years ago, you criticized Weah on a private jet. On everything you criticized Weah. Now today, you're not strong enough to criticize your own man. To say, hey, no, Papa, they want you it wrong. I think we're doing it the right way. Ellison 66 concession agreement, we said was bogus. But what she did, she took it to the house. Whether it was bogus or not, she took it to the house and make sure the people did everything. And if that company enter the country, they won't give you 5 cents, they will give you 5 cents.
Thank you very much.
The last 2 presidents doing it on their own to say, yes, I know people outside. It's wrong. It's corruption. It's dishonesty. Transparency is what they lack in our country.
Thank you very much. I don't know if you would like to rebuttal because you were mentioned several times, but if not,
well, I can say to all the general, to everybody, you have your opinion. I am a Liberian. I have a right to see things the way I see it. Besides being a bishop, I speak to the issue. I told you guys that the appropriate authority, that the legislature have the right to investigate. But nobody should come here and say the yellow machine, they are unnecessary, they are not good for Liberia.
Nobody said that.
Good. That's my
Nobody
position.
said it on this show.
That's what I'm saying. That's my position. That if you have questions, the legislature are asking questions, they have the right to do it. But
the
legislature
are not supposed to even ask questions. They're supposed to be aware before you enter the country. They're not supposed to ask questions now. You give them the ability
you see like there should be competition.
They're not supposed to ask questions. They're supposed to be aware before you enter the country.
About different company. But there is no projection from the government. There is no projection.
Thank you guys for your contribution. Let's take our final break. When we come back, I will give you guys the opportunity to give your closing remark, and then we'll draw the curtain to this episode.
I gotta give my rebuttal. The man come on in.
You will include your rebuttal in your closing statement, okay? But let's take a break, guys.
Welcome to your new home away from home in the heart of Margibi County, Liberia. This privately owned guest house located at Disco Hill provides a spacious home for vacation rentals, including 3 comfortably decorated bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. Here, we aim to meet the need of every one of our guests. Do you plan on hosting a meeting? Invite your team to our expansive lounging area, which is perfect for conferences. Let our attentive staff help you celebrate life's biggest moments with your loved ones in our spacious indoor and outdoor event area with chairs, tables, and all your event needs. Whether you're visiting home from abroad or right here in Liberia, we're ready to take your call. Welcome home. Call us now to book your reservation at your new home away from home.
Attention all organizations, NGOs, and social clubs in and out of Liberia. Are you tired of relying solely on social media to run your operations? An effective web platform is your most important marketing tool, and that's where Tiamat.com comes in. Hello, my Liberian people. My name is Sophia, and I want you to consider this. 53% of consumers do online research about an organization before talking to someone from that institution. That means not having a website could be costing you opportunities. Step up your game and establish a professional online presence. Introducing our web platform, designed specifically for 501c organizations, small businesses, and political organizations, social clubs, etc. At Tiamat.com, we understand how important it is to make a great digital first impression, which is why we offer you all the help needed to develop, maintain, and host NGOs and small and big organization websites by giving you a full suite of services that includes automatic billing for members, membership and visitor portals, first-class design and functionality, and much more. The best part is, it only costs $20 per month. Upgrade your image today with our customized web design services. Visit www.tiamat.com to get started. This is a Liberian-owned business.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for staying with us this far on episode 5 of season 6 of Amazon. I'm getting a really bad feedback.
Where's that sound coming from?
Can everyone mute themselves? Yes. Anyways, thank you guys for staying with us this far on the show tonight. It's episode 5 of season 6. My name is Derek Yale. We are at the very end of our show tonight, and we just have the closing remark from our panelists, and then we will draw our curtain and see you guys next week, Thursday, same time, same network. I'd like to start with the general with a closing remark and talk to us.
Well, I just want to say thanks to everyone for the conversation, and it's nothing personal. We all love Liberia. We all want to see the best for our country. And now it's Mr. Bwaka time. I pray that Mr. Bwaka will do the right thing. He has nothing to lose because I know Mr. Bwaka will not contest 2029, whether you like it or not. But he just have to do the right thing. Whether he do it good or not, opposition will go against him 2029. So all he need to do is to do the right thing. He need to audit. We're still waiting for the audit. They have not audited anything. And I hear some of the UP supporters criticizing we are on corruption. Yes, they need to be audited. But the president of Liberia is not doing it. And they're not saying anything. And they are repeating the same thing. So please, we want you guys to do the right thing. We need jobs in Liberia. Our people need jobs. You need to empower the private sectors, not to just bring 285 F machine and moving machine in the country and telling us that Liberians cannot do business or cannot open construction company because government itself don't build roads. We need them to maintain, but that is too much. 285 for a small little country Liberia is too much. So what will come to my mind when Mr. Bwaka said his friend, and it's a mystery friend, the next thing I say, somebody trying to do business, they bring in a machine, maybe it's easy to take it to Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, and to sell the machine, and somebody get the cut. So that is what's going on. But we're not, where's the farm? Where's everything? We're not doing nothing. So please, Mr. Bwaka, do the right thing. The people elected you. Do what is right. Yesterday was wrong. Today is wrong. And for the UP supporters, speak. That's why I prefer you than even the sedition, because speak truth. If he blunder, he blunder. That's it. But we cannot, there's zero tolerance to me. It's zero to me because Mr. Bwaka is the most experienced Liberian ever. 45 years of governmental experience. That's a cheap mistake.
Thank you.
Cheap mistake.
Thank you very much.
They're not supposed to ask. They're not supposed to ask. They're supposed to be aware before that thing hit the soil. But right now, we got a free machine sitting in our country. Never pay taxes, never pay anything to the port, and it's passing around. It's wrong. It's wrong to yesterday. It's wrong today. That's all I can say. So I wish you guys the best, and I hope we continue the conversation. We got to hold our government feet to the fire.
Thank you very much, the general. Thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you for your contribution as well, Mr. Weah. Let's take you next.
Okay, thank you, Jared. Thank you, guys. Look, nobody is against any development in Liberia, but fellow Liberians, we need to remember the reason why Firestone were established in Liberia was the British government at the time reduced the production of rubber in the United States for their car manufacturing. That was how Firestone was established in Liberia. I believe that the government at the time wanted something somehow, so there was no negotiation. as to whether it was going to benefit Liberians or not. Up to this point, we can even manufacture a plastic bag in Liberia. And we keep making the same mistake. What we are saying here tonight is not that we are against the development of Liberia. Road infrastructure, no, it's not a question. Right now, if you have somebody who is working in government, even government bosses that are operated by government, they can maintain them. Before I talk about yellow machines, other countries that are developed, including the United States, they don't rely on government to do things, especially roads. It's very intensive. All of you agree that people are corrupt. These machines, the parts will be stolen, the gasoline will be stolen. There will be no accountability. They will be made malfunctioned shortly. So our point here is we need a real system that will empower people to develop the country. It is true, Boaka knew a friend, or maybe there's a better company somewhere that can do better than that friend. So for Liberia to develop, we need to put in place a system that will hold everybody accountable, that will make sure that Liberia people understand what government is doing. Whatever project, how is it going to develop Liberia? We need timeline. We need how are we going to measure progress? These machines, when are they going to operate? How are we going to pay for them? How do Liberians measure progress? What are we going to do? Who's going to be responsible for them? That is the question. But we are not against anything that comes to development. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jawinkin. Let's hear from you, Mr. Boda.
Thank you. I want to say thanks to all of my fellow panelists here tonight for the healthy discussion. I know we all love Liberia, but I want us, my Liberian people, to listen very well. The bureaucracy has never taken us anywhere in our society. And believe me, we all sit down on the panelists, we live in our comfort zone here in America. We're not experiencing what you are experiencing in our country. You know what you are going through. Don't let political pundits sit around and bring about all that of bureaucracy in the process. If the president is not going through the process is not yet finished. Work on that machine, support your president, talk to your representative in your very district. You need that machine to clean your roads. We have private companies in Liberia today who are fixing roads because of lack of equipment. They cannot finish those projects. Many projects have failed in Liberia because the contract was given to contractors, private companies, they don't have equipment. So I was there and I seen it. The Rafi Highway is stalled today because of some of these no better equipment. So if the government can produce equipment that will help the process and help to plow your rural county, your road to the county, to your farm road, support government ideas. The process will continue. The president has written to the House has a mandate to rectify our mistakes and make it correct. And that's what we can do as Liberian people. And I want to thank you all, your support, your president. He's fighting for you. He didn't take that money to put it in his pocket. If he had a friend that wanted to do something and gave him $50 billion or $1 million, he would come quietly and sit down and get those representatives. You won't hear anything today. So you'll be happy that you got somebody who show you something that you can see and your representative negotiate for your interest. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Boda, as always, for your appearance and your contribution. Now let's hear from you, Mr. Sheriff.
Thank you. When any government use lies, propaganda, deception, scheme to get their way to power, the truth will take them down. The truth will take them down. This government said the Weah-led administration was very corrupt. But as we speak, there has not been one serious audit that have been commissioned to bring anybody to book for the corrupt act. But rather, we are seeing what is happening at the Ministry of Finance, where a contract that worth $18,000 is now been escalated to $22,000. And that investigation is ongoing. The last time that we checked, you said the CDC government is corrupt, but $600,000+ was received by this Boyka administration for our inaugural program. As we speak, that money is still in thin air. We don't know how that money was expended. There was an audit that they called for at the IAA. We are yet to receive the report. But Mr. Boyka went on the Facebook page of the executive mansion or the website, whatever it is, and wrote a help communication congratulating my own auntie from Grand Cape County, Madam Miata family, telling her thank you after they mismanaged money that should have accounted for. Up to now, we haven't even get anything from that. Let us look at the Liberianization policy. Under this particular Boyka-led administration, he is suppressing Liberian-owned businesses and institutions in the name of these people work with the CDC-led government. Look at the ABK company that brought in these machines. I thought we should be talking about empowering Liberians. We should be giving Liberians opportunity. But today, because this particular company was able to supply some machines to the CDC-led government, so you have demonized them. Let's look at what is happening in this current government. When you are a member of the CDC today, you've been identified as a sedition or even at the rally wearing cap and barrel. Guess what happened? You lost your job automatically. Mr. Boyka, frequent and disrespect for the rule of law. Look at what the Supreme Court told him in the issue of this particular tenure position. Mr. Boyka closed his eyes on it and gave the judiciary branch his middle finger and said you were not listening. Look at what happened in King George. Liberians were massacred in King George. Liberians were massacred. As I speak to you, nobody has been brought to book. Only for the Ministry of Justice to come and say, we'll give you $5,000 for killing your people. $5,000. We'll give you $5,000 for killing your own people. Where are we going? Today, we are seeing under a Joseph Newman Boyka-led government that Liberia is now being used by the terrorists as a hub where they can bring in their equipment because they don't want to be tracked in their own country, because the people understand that they are doing dubious deeds in their country. Today, they are now using Liberia to be able to bring their machine and sell it so that their money can be clean. Where are we going? Today, we are seeing what we have never seen in Liberia. Look at the fire disaster. Look at water disaster all around the place. Liberia now is at the brink, almost like we finish now. We finish. We are retrogressing instead of progressing. Where are we going? Internationally, our names poor. As I speak to you now, they are contemplating on sending serious sanction on some officials of government. Liberia is now on the blacklist of the IMF. They will soon be on the blacklist of the IMF of not receiving money because of the way they are proceeding. Downsizing our people illegally. Taking the rule of law into their own, and police can go and massacre people. At the end of the day, nothing comes out of it. And the fearful part to conclude, the one that is even more fearful, is the people. Look, we say this not because we hate the bishop. Let me say this, no. But because we, the common people, expect the bishop to speak for us. The bishops, let me just put it with the bishops to speak for us. So it's not that we hate them, no. It's not that we have any personal issue against them, no. But we expect these people to be the one to hold the government feet to fire. We expect these people to be like the John the Baptist that say, I will not compromise integrity, and not because receiving $13,000 or because receiving pay from the government, so therefore I will keep quiet. We believe in your ability to checkmate this government, and that's why sometimes we go hard on you people, like Bishop Hager, the Bishop Reeves, because we know that you people, you have the audience, you have voices that people can listen to you. But it is unfortunate that today you people have compromised integrity. The Holy Spirit now play a verse. The Holy Spirit now have been quenched. That the people who are supposed to be speaking for the Liberian people are here praising the government. A man who is dancing with the devil. Oh, the Spirit of God. I believe right now the angels are in heaven and say, God, what do we do when the people who are supposed to speak on behalf of the ordinary people, they are taking pay, they are on payroll? What do we do? Look at what is happening in Grand Bassa with Bishop Samuel, Dr. Henry Reeves, in Grand Bassa. There's a man that carry reach onto the Grand Bassa, how you call a university. As I speak now, that whole university turn around. Where are we when the leader openly said that he dancing with the devil? And now you're supposed to, you the leader, we're dancing with the devil. And now you're supposed to tell the devil from behind you when you're dancing with the devil. Why can't now your John Day parade to say, oh, we dance with the devil? Oh God, where are we? Father in heaven, Liberia is into your hands. And then used now as a terrorist base. Where are we? The bishop who are supposed to be speaking on behalf of the people. Where is that Moses? Where is that Joshua? Where is that Elijah? That Elisha? Where are we, Father?
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Sheriff, for your contribution tonight. Let's just go over to Bishop Hagan.
Well, this, I don't know, this comic show of my little bird of prey is just so funny. It's so funny. But listen, friends, get used to it. We got a lot to explain. For the next 6 years, you won't finish explaining yet, because you have no moral ground to even talk on behalf of the Liberian people. Where we are today, we want to say, it is a difficult thing. I know people will misinterpret what I'm saying, and they will say all the things they want to say. But I'm very practical. 177 years of our national existence. If there were options, flexible options, every president wants to follow that option. Where we are as a nation, I want everybody to know, from my general, Liberia is in a very poor state. Poor state. And I understand all the different mechanisms, the different structure that you people are encouraging for the Father. We all want to be a nation built with rules and law. Nobody want to violate the law. But as the president of the nation, you have a more responsibility to meet your people's needs. Did he meet it the right way? That's another debate altogether. But when you look back in Liberia, I'm from number 4 district, Grand Bassa County. Our people will make farm, banana, planting. It will get rotten because why? There is absolutely no role for them to bring that product to the market. That keeps the people in poverty. It is very detrimental. So for me, where I am, and I want to say to everybody, I'm a Bassa man, and the Bassa people say, plenty of meat in the soup, don't spoil the soup. If you get more meat in the soup, just make it sweeter. So people say, oh, we don't need 285 yellow machines. We don't need it. Listen to me. I'm saying we need more than ever. If we can get every 2 miles of road, yellow machine Liberia will be happy. Because our people have died.
Who paid for it?
So I'm saying today.
Let's allow Bishop.
Listen, that man took 5 minutes. I'm not part of your sedition partiality. He took 5 minutes. You never interrupted. Please stop this.
First of all, you had to desist from saying your sedition. But I did not interrupt you.
5 minutes. I was watching you. Never interrupted him. Why would you want to interrupt me?
I did not interrupt.
Why would you want to interrupt me, Mr. Moderator? He never one moment interrupt Prince when
he said, Mr. Weah should give you chance. He was not talking to you.
I was trying to have Mr.
You were trying to tell Mr. Weah to give you chance.
So, the issue to the Liberian people.
People are compromised, what can happen? Even the person who talking on your behalf, it can be that the person is an enemy. Hey, you see what we're talking?
Listen, Prince, you can go ahead. All the things you're talking, it make no reasonable. What we're talking about today is the Liberian people. What is our need? We need development. We need economic empowerment. And I can say to the Liberian people, as I speak here, observing the actions of Joseph Yuma Boaga. He made some mistake here, but he better than that corrupt, incompetent George Weah and his entire people.
So even if you're coming from the devil, must celebrate, right? When you're coming from the devil, too, must celebrate.
But the man did not build 49 condominium.
No, we say when coming from the devil, Joseph Newman Boyka, when coming from the devil, must celebrate.
Address that. He did not build his own building.
Bishop
He
Hagar.
took that money.
Bishop Hagar.
No. Let Prince answer the question.
We're done
Let
with
Prince
that part
answer
of
the question.
show.
If
We're
you
done
want to
with that
talk about
part.
audit,
Bishop Hagar.
So
Bishop Hagar.
let me ask you because you
Mr.
mentioned about
Moderator,
audit. Every time we came to answer recovery, now
Let
the
me-
since
let
citizen
Bishop-
went to
let
court
Bishop
and
end
must
his
follow the
statement.
rules of law, they tell you that there's no audit have been done. The United
But-
States that went to court to stop the
Before you
government
close,
from
Mr.
doing its
Moderator,
job.
I want to ask either Bishop Hagar or Bishop Reed just one question because something came to my mind that they made a statement on. But let them continue.
Bishop Hagar, are you done with
I'm not finished yet.
But you can't take the entire show to
Yeah, I even take up to 2 minutes yet. Bring to 5 minutes. So if we're gonna have this show, let's be fair. Look at the time. If you give him 1 minute 30 seconds, they bring 1 minute 30 seconds. That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
Prince spoke for 2 minutes 30 seconds.
No, I was watching the time.
So now you
General,
the
I
time,
was
you the
watching the
time
time
keeper
with
now.
all due respect. I was watching the time. We can play we'll play the show again. And so how long Prince took? I am saying
Go
to the
ahead.
Liberian people today, Joseph Yuma Bwaga is an old man. All he's doing now is a fight for the Liberian people. He wants the best for you people. You don't need no money. He decided to get 40% of his salary to help the Liberian. He don't need no money. He's just trying to help you. Give him chance. As he done everything. Look, when you come to government, it's a difficult beginning. I know he made some mistakes. He will correct them. But
Can
this
you
man
call one
mean
of the
well for the
mistakes? Can you
Liberian
name
people.
one of the mistakes
Watch-
he made? One of the mistakes?
Watch his action. In
Did
the
you
next
hear-
couple
did-
of months,
did you hear
you
the
will
general
see
question?
the kind of impact those yellow
You
machines.
say he made some
when-
mistake. You say he made some mistake. Can you just tell us one of the mistakes that you think he made?
But the one what you talking about, General, not mistake.
No. I won't hear from you. I won't hear from you yourself.
I'm saying the machine necessary, the process may be compromised, and the legislators are investigating as they are right to investigate. If there have to be punitive measure, the legislators are mandated to do that. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
I'm not denying that fact. But one thing I'm saying is that the machine necessary when Waterside, when Red Leg, when Gorbachev market will be flooded with food, enough food, where the prices of food will come down. The same Prince Sherry will be clapping here. I can guarantee. And Prince,
So
in
are you
Florida,
telling me
your
that
man killed the other day. I don't know why he didn't sell your money.
they will get a
Maybe the
machine
man
to all the
he
farm?
need
They
more
will
money.
get a
Just
machine to
call
the
him. He
farmers?
was in Florida. He still own you. That
Yo,
15,000 you used to
let's
get.
go- let's
You
go
still
to-
need to get
Bishop.
it, Prince.
Bishop, close now.
Bishop, they're close because I'm
Thank
struggling to
you.
see.
Give President Joseph Yuma Bwaga the chance. He's not a perfect man, but he loves Liberia. He loves Liberian people. He's doing the right thing, and that's what I want to say.
Thank you very much, Bishop Hagar. And, you know, after the general asking the question, but I'm struggling to understand how 285 machines will automatically just bring food to real market. I don't see the connection there. But let's go to
The bishop live in America. We know agriculture machine. And we know what building machine. The machine is not growing. The agriculture machine there.
On the market.
The agriculture machine. They were green machine.
Everything will come to real market.
The earth moving machine got nothing to do.
They will make the road accessible. The road will be accessible. Competition
That one made it go to Mayfan. That one made it go to Mayfan.
Yes.
No way. No way.
Yes. Prince, what
No
you know
way.
about farming?
No way.
Prince. Yo,
I'm from a farming background. I'm from a farming background.
Let Bishop read.
Mr. Mayor, let's try to end the show.
What I got up from this show, everybody accept and agree that Mr. Bwaga made a mistake when it comes to this machine. That's what I just got up from here. But the question I want to ask Bishop Reed, maybe he'll put in here closing, because it's all mystery. It's all unconfirmed. Because Mr. Bwaga ain't called the name. They said this guy wanted to give Mr. Bwaga some money, but Mr. Bwaga said, no, don't give us the money. Don't give me the money. I just want you to bring some equipment. Say Mr. Bwaga was so nice. One of the biggest problems in Liberia. Instead of giving him 285, you think you can give us maybe 100 machines and the other one just put it straight into rice. Since the rice business, the price is so high, my government will sell it and then we'll use the money for something else, maybe for education. Why Mr. Bwaga ain't think that way? Say somebody want to give him that kind of money, say, just bring machine. Just bring a machine and put it in the country.
That is not a president role.
Oh, no. I just said,
getting into
you
that.
said that the president friend, the president got a good friend. The president will take that money and put it in a pocket. The president will hide it. But the president was so nice and said, what you need to do, just give me machine. But then when the president couldn't just think and say, they rest business here, like Bronco won't give me $20 for rest. So, my friend, just give me 100 machine. The other one, put it into rest. When I sell it, I will use the money for the government. Simple. But Mr. Baka nice that you got a kind of rich friend, then you can't say them just give him machine 285.
Bishop Reeves, give us a closing if you want to.
So that unconfirmed, if that unconfirmed, then don't talk about it, Bishop. You can just go and close.
You're on mute.
Mute.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure to always be on this show with all of you and listening to your views. The first thing I want to correct here is that I need you guys to stop attacking my office. When you ask me a political question or you ask me a social question and I give you my personal opinion, don't get up and attack my office. Oh, Bishop. No, I'm giving you my opinion. If I was giving you a spiritual answer and that spiritual answer was not an integral answer, then you can go towards attacking my office. But you're telling us, or you're telling me, let me not speak for Bishop Hagar because Bishop Hagar can claim all the clout sometimes. But let me speak for me, all right? From the time I've been on this show, I've made my position very clear to everybody. Before the elections, the Unity Party people said I was for CDC. The CDC party people said I was for, they were confused as to who I was really for because I was very balanced in everything I said. And for me, as a bishop, I'm a very tolerant person. That's why I did not come up to criticize George Weah the way he should. I didn't criticize him. Why? Because I was giving him the opportunity. I was always being tolerant. I was giving him the chance to rewrite his wrong. I was giving the CDC government chance because I was there. I saw all of the dirt, all of the different things that was going on. All right. And I saw how they were attacked. If a man of God came out to say something, how they would go after them. I was there. I saw it. I was very tolerant in dealing with them. When it came to President Boyka government, let me say the Unity Party, when the Unity Party was running, both of them, all of them on this show can attest to the fact that I spoke about why President Boyka, about his age. I spoke about his age. I spoke about the pressure that goes with this office and what could happen. I spoke about it. And some of them were saying that I was attacking Boyka, but no, I wasn't. Okay? Now we see some of the pressure. The same thing with the pressure in President Weah government. One of the major problems we have in Liberia, we have a bunch of half-educated people. And because we have half-educated people and they are in position of leadership, it's taking our country down.
Yes.
Go and check all of them. Check all those people who are in the previous government. Most of them, not all, most of them. Go and check their records. Go and check their high school records. Go and check their college degree records. Go and check it, their academic records. These guys did not know that the time was going to come when they were playing, when we were all in high school and they were playing and they were not serious for school business. They didn't know that the time was going to come that they were going to elect them to head the country. So their ability to run the country had a problem.
That's why they were incompetent. Now, they were saying to us when Unity Party was running their campaign, they were all telling us that President Bweka is the most experienced, the bread basket, the most wisdom, and all of that they were saying. Anybody touch them at that time, they would have slashed you because you were enemy to progress. Okay, now President Bweka now and the people, they are all there. What is happening now? For me, because he was elected, I didn't vote for him, but because he was elected as the president of the country, I gave my support to the president. I'm not giving my support to Unity Party. I gave my support to the president. I am being tolerant of the president. So when I say that I'm giving the president the opportunity to come and speak to the Liberian people, okay? We want to have constructive criticism. Most of the criticism that you see Mr. Prince over there and talking about attacking people's office, Prince is just bringing destructive criticism here. It will not help Liberia. It will only take us down. And when you have most of those half-educated people listening to people like Prince, oh yes, you will galvanize more force to come and take the country down some more. And that's what they're trying to bring 2029. They will fall flat to your face. You had the opportunity to change Liberia and you didn't do it, and your thing will come back. That thing will never taste your mouth anymore. So you just can come and waste your time and say, oh, some of us are sitting here, we are not paid by anybody. So don't come and tell us that our names are on list. Bishop Reeves is not a paid agent by anybody. Not CDC, not Unity Party. I am a Liberian first, and I will speak truth to power. If I have to give you the opportunity to break your neck, then I'll give you the opportunity. The fact that I'm being tolerant and giving you opportunity doesn't mean that I'm supporting. No, that's why I said from the beginning that President Bweka needs to speak to the Liberian people. Josh Weah needed to speak to the Liberian people, but he couldn't talk. Anytime there was any kind of program that he was supposed to express himself, he would send Joel Taylor there to go and express herself for him. Okay? President Bweka now don't need to be quiet on issues. He needs to speak. And let me tell you something. I admire the Kenyan president. The man understands his job. So I don't care what kind of press come to talk to him and attack him. He will speak to the issues. Those are the kind of things that President Bweka needs to be doing. Speak to the issues. Speak to the Liberian people. When the people hear your voice, they will follow you. So all of the things you guys are talking about, especially Prince, you don't sit down and just talk nonsense to the Liberian people and so that they can just follow all of the things that you're doing. We want to come to that place where Liberia can be unified. We want to hold the government feet to the fire. The fact that I'm holding the government feet to the fire doesn't mean I just sit down and be insulting them and call them terrorists. I will not call my government a terrorist government. No. If I have to speak to the wrong that President Bweka is doing, I will speak to it. If I have to speak to the wrong that his cabinet ministers are doing, I will speak to that wrong and call that wrong out. But to sit on public television and call your government or your president a terrorist, you are wrong for what you are doing. You will never, I don't care. Listen to the US government. Look at the American government. I don't care how they disagree with. You will never hear anybody call the United States government a terrorist government. No, they will criticize. And they will give you, when they tell you what your wrong is, they will tell you what the right is. Okay? But this man will always come and tell us what the wrong of this government, and then bring the incompetent ideology to come and make comparison. When we start talking about all of the money you stole, all of the money that you put into pockets, when we start talking about it here, the social media will go ballistic. But we're not going there.
You have the opportunity to audit. You have the opportunity to audit.
Keep quiet and let me close. I am closing, and
you have the opportunity to audit.
Keep quiet. When you were talking, I did not interject nothing. So keep quiet. Let me close. I am closing. I am here. You need to keep quiet, and every one of you. So let me be protected. Let me speak my mind. When you are speaking your mind, we give you the opportunity to do that. Those are the kind of things that you do to bring destabilization to the country and cause the country to go down.
We need to be constructive in our criticism so that whoever the leader is, when he hear it, he will learn from it. And I believe that President Burka will learn from some of the things that we are saying. People will say all kinds of things when they were running campaign, but when it comes to deliver, then they're making excuses to deliver. If President Burka is wrong, I will say it. If President Weah was wrong, I will say it, and nobody can stop me because I am a Liberian first. And I believe that if we continue to speak truth to power, if we continue to be constructive in our criticism, Liberia will go somewhere. Thank you, Mr. Derek.
Thank you very much, Bishop Reeves, and thanks to all of you, esteemed panelists, for your
Derek.
contribution tonight. Yes, the general.
Derek, I want to applaud the bishop. I the only person spoke for the exact time, but Bishop, I want to say this, that I appreciate what you said. And before, during the conversation, I said you made a statement that our president don't speak to the people. And this was, for me, it was not a strange, because it was not a strange thing. During the campaign, the George Weah, the Mr. Bwaka, they never even spoke to the press. And this is the same thing that's going on. You talk about the Kenyan president, I watched the whole series. The people are on strike and everything. But once you talk to your people, Liberia will listen to our pastors, will listen to our leaders. If you tell the people the truth, they will listen to you. They don't want no second president. We voted for Mr. Bwaka. But I agree to everything. We need to respect our leaders. We need to respect our country. And which is true, Prince. Maybe you might take it from here today. And sometimes I laugh about it. But there's certain things you say, I can't say it, to be frank. That terrorist is a hard thing, because anything happen now, our country will suffer. And I say, whether Mr. Bwaka do good or not, 2029, I will contest against him. I still got my candidate, and I still believe. That's why I believe in something. That's why I can fall for anything. So I applaud you, and I appreciate what you just said. We need to hold our people accountable. Whether I supported you or not, I need to tell you the truth. That's the only way you will learn from it, and which is true. Mr. Bwaka could do that. He can take it and follow it, but let's just pray for our country.
Yeah, there. If I would just inject, just 30 seconds.
Let's just make it civil. Let's just do it.
Yeah,
just 30
just inject 30 seconds. You know,
I think you gave
it's
everybody the
unfortunate.
opportunity
I
to
think,
speak, Derek.
I think what happened is that these were the very people who were calling for sanction on the CDC-led government. They were calling for sanction on the CDC-led, on the CDC-led government. Now, this,
I already allotted you more than one.
And I think, yes.
No, yeah, 2 minutes on a second. That's true. But what I'm trying, what I just want to interject here. What I just want to inject here. Sorry. What I want to inject here is just, you know, the way people look at things. And that is the right thing. That is the right thing. It's a tourist organization that carries these materials to Liberia. You know, don't tell me my brother is a friend terrorist. We saw this man having a meeting with some of the Boko Haram leaders in Nigeria. We saw that during the campaign time. And you understand? And now we are seeing it with how you call with South Africa. These are the reality. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Wrong.
You see, listen, I don't want you to do these things here.
Because but that's it. That's the reality.
No,
that's the reality.
What kind of reality? You're sitting there and poisoning people, and you are talking about reality.
That's the reality.
You need to respect what we're doing on this panel here. Give everybody the chance. When they finish, you shut it down. That's what's supposed to happen.
Mr. Reeves.
I think the bishop are in the middle. I think the bishop spoke in the middle, and from his conversation, from the time behind the show, his conversation been perfect and in the middle. I think it's
everybody else. Let's respect the rules of the show. This is the point. The part of the show where we gave each panelist the time to close. And the reason I came back to the general is because, like he said, he took the shortest time to close. Everybody here told me, and I think Mr. Boda as well. So again, let's continue to respect the rules of the show. We've been here for almost 2 hours, over 2 hours, 30 minutes, and I think it's a fair time for us to have made all of our points. So again, I would like to thank all of you for your contribution on this episode and other episodes that you have appeared on. And to those of you watching us, thank you so much for your support. We will be here next Thursday, same time. So join us for another episode. But at this time,
What?
I would like to draw the curtain to this episode. And you had a question?
What are you saying? I want Padam? Because I heard they say you can get people money when they come on the show.
We'll talk about it in the group chat.
The general will call it too. General will let you go.
There's a need. Derek, there's a need. I know you have a kind of religious program here, but there's a need for to pray for Liberia. You know, now the terrorists now that speak to you now, they are taking over. Trump took over. Don't be now. We come to not terrorists and the rest of it. It's serious. They think not laughing thing, brother. These are not laughing thing.
No, stop, man.
There is no terrorism in Liberia at this time, man. Nobody wants terrorism in Liberia.
The general will discuss the compensation in the group chat, and you reach out to the and they will provide the necessary compensation. But until then, next week Thursday will be at same time. Join us for another a fresh episode, a new edition, episode 6 of season 6. But until then, let me wish all of you a pleasant good evening.
Thank
you.
I do it for the boy. It's weapon I beat. Do it for the boy. I said the poppin' on, do it for the boy. I said the woman I do it for the boy. I said the poppin' on, do it for the boy. I said the woman I do it for the boy. I said the poppin' on, do it for the boy. I said the woman
all the people wishing me bala, get them away. All the people wishing my downfall, get them slow way. Get them away. Baba people, get us slow way. Yeah. You swat destroy your plans. We get people, clip or destroy your plans. I send them fire, yeah. Spread them holy water, yeah.